for the 10 Hot Dog Gang Gifted members. Hello, everybody. Happy Friday. I love Friday. It's my favorite day of the week. Why? Because we get to watch a Snowflake documentary. These by far are my favorite documentaries to watch of the Girl World creators because I feel like they're very cohesively put together. The timeline is perfect. It doesn't matter if there's 17 parts because we're not missing any of the important shit, which I appreciate, unless it just hadn't happened yet, you know? You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, Rebecca Black, gonna get down on Friday. But it's gonna be a good one. Okay, so if you don't know, we did watch part 2 and part 3 in the last stream. So we're gonna be watching part 4 today. I was hoping the title wasn't too confusing because I know some of you might have been like, is she doing part 3 again? No, we are doing part 4 today, but it's just part 3 of us going into the series. So, as per usual, as I said yesterday, we will make a little drinking game out of this. I don't know how much is left in this one, but I do have like, okay, thunder. I do have some alcohol I got when we went to Korean barbecue. They gave us for free. So I don't know. Hopefully between that and that, it'll be good. But what should we make the drinking game today? That's the really good question. Oh yeah, I do gotta update the members goal. You're right. Thank you, Amanda. What should we make the drinking game today? Last time we did it every time she burst out into tears. And it wasn't too bad. Like I didn't get too sauced. We could keep it the same. I'm down to keep it the same. But if anyone has any better suggestions, let me know. Bella Batty said, although I dislike Snowflake and his posture against very young female adults, I'll not deny Shaped by the Algorithm is a masterpiece. Wait, what? His posture against very young female adults? I don't know. What did Snowflake do? What did Snowflake do? I don't know. But let's go ahead and get the flick into this. Sammy said every time she changes her personality. That's a rough one. That's going to be a hard one to determine. All right. Let's go ahead and get right into things. Make sure the goal's updated on this side. Speaking of which, we got the Trolling Pop-Tart with another 10 Hot Dog Gang Gifted members. We only need one more. Wow, you guys are spoiling me today. Thank you. That was so sweet. Amanda and the Trolling Pop-Tart both came in with a bow. And they said pew to the goal. Artemis Hayes said this is Destiny era. If you drink every time you cringe, you'll get hammered. I'm crying. Okay, I think we're gonna stick with when Amber bursts out into tears. It was pretty solid last time. I didn't get too drunk, but I didn't stay totally sober, so. Let's go ahead. I liked it on 1.25 speed. If it ends up being too fast at any point, we'll skip around. Do you guys want to watch the previously? Also, we got Annie Reedy Gonzalez with a 1 Hot Dog Gang gifted membership, which killed the goal.
I'm 24 years old and I weigh 403.6.
Feel feel like we're in the horse races.
Yes, get it, girl. Oh my God. I lost 89 pounds. On April 1st, we decided to break up.
Fuck, tastes like fucking shit.
Just a reminder, I'm not diagnosing anybody in this video.
Last time I stepped on the scale for me, I was 405, and then I stepped on it again today, and it kept saying error. It couldn't even weigh me. Walmart hiring center. Her name is Destiny.
Why was it so scary the way she said it? Oh no, it feels like we're about to watch a horror movie, which by the way, stay tuned to the end if you guys want to hear my review of the new Insidious movie without any spoilers. You guys know I never do you like that. Snowflake said Friday already. Oh, you know. Oh, hit it. Sonic. Okay. Why did that frighten me? Why did the sound of the violin frighten me? Okay, we're gonna skip through the intro of this one like we did with the other ones because I'm pretty sure like the same intro from the first couple parts.
Anymore, like, I don't know. I remember when I used to do daily vlogs and now I'm like,
what to vlog? I don't know. What's life?
Okay, Chipette.
Amber had done it. She had finally got to the stage where she had nothing she deemed worthy to film or discuss. Every day was now the same. This was the jewellery she was wearing. These were the clothes she was wearing. She headed out to Target. She goes out for a meal. She's upset about something. She's going to get back.
Did that count? Did that little tear count? You guys have to determine some of them because it's like a toss-up. If you count that little tear, I'll count that little tear.
On track with her weight loss journey. She fails at her weight loss journey. Rinse and repeat. Her recent breakup with Crystal was heartbreaking for her, but at least it gave her something different to vlog about. And being broken up meant Amber would have to soon move.
Wait, does this one count too? Wait, am I about to get sauced? Did I fuck up? Was this the wrong episode to do this on? Oh no. Count the tear. Okay. There's not that much left, so I'm gonna drink from the bottle like I'm an old man in like the country days. Me down at the saloon drinking my Myers rum. I'm sorry, it just feels very like I feel like I need a cowboy hat when I drink this. Should I? Oh, is my cowboy hat packed away? Fuck, my cowboy hat. Fuck. All my shit's packed. Two drinks. I'm glad I have a chaser. Drinking at 3 p.m. sometimes is crazy. Crazy choices I make on Fridays when we watch Snowflake videos. I could just schedule these streams for later, but I don't. Cheers. Cool. All right. Let's keep rocking.
Of Crystal's house, although in Amber's mind, moving out was more her choice than anyone else's. But moving out wasn't so simple. Amber had no job, no money, and as much as she liked to think it was her choice to move out, she couldn't stay with Crystal any longer. Crystal was looking to meet somebody.
It was a delayed HOA. We got a delayed HOA. Sorry. Thank you again, Amanda.
New, so Amber staying around just didn't make sense. Luckily for Amber though, she had received a message on a dating app from a girl named Destiny.
Okay. This is a diabolical angle. This is wrong of you. How you gonna do it like that?
Amber claimed she was only on the dating app to make friends, but the pair hit it off right away. Amber had not had a connection with someone like this since, well, Crystal. Destiny was everything Amber wanted. She was beautiful, to her, funny, to her, and offered her the chance to move into her apartment. They would stay up till the early hours of the morning.
I'm glad that to her was added, because as soon as that tongue nah, what was that tongue move? Jessica Jingles said Destiny looks like a crazy spaghetti kid. Cause like this, I didn't know how to explain it, but this entire time, I've always thought that Destiny looked like a sticky toddler. And I don't know if anyone understands what I mean by that, or if that comes off strange to say, but do you get what I'm trying to say, you know? Also, we got Chanton Yan with the Glizzy General for 2 months who said, pour one out for Puddles, the sponsor of today's stream. Damn. Do pour one out for Puddles, the best horse who ever Red Dead Redemption.
Talking over FaceTime. Amber planned on moving to Florida to be with Destiny right away. So, Amber had managed to solve her impending homelessness. Amber, though, didn't want to meet Destiny in person before they moved in together. Both Destiny and Amber were ready to make the commitment right away, although Amber did have some reservations.
It will be the first time her and I are meeting face to face in person, and I'm honestly super freaking terrified.
Amber was worried Destiny wouldn't like her. What if Destiny thought she was too fat, or not pretty enough, or didn't have a good enough personality? Amber was extremely self-conscious about her body and looks. So, if you're really self-conscious, what do you do with someone you've never met?
This is honestly actually
Did she catfish her? Am I about to hear that she catfished her?
kind of embarrassing. I've gone as far as to showing her naked pictures of me.
Amber was excited to move in with someone she had never met.
That's not what I expected. That was the opposite of what I expected. I'm like... That's unfortunate. You could fit all that on that tiny little iPhone screen back then? I didn't think they made them. Anyways, we got Annie Rita Gonzalez with the Little Smoky for 2 months who said, 2 months being a Smoky, let's go. Best financial decision I've made. Proud of you and much love to you, Pookie. And 2 little weenie hearts. Thank you so much, Annie. Always appreciate you, my Pookie.
Met before, but not everyone was as pumped as Amber.
A lot of you are giving me such great and kind support, and I appreciate it so freaking much. You have no idea. Then there's 2 of you maybe who are kind of a little negative about the situation. Makes me confused. Why would you be negative over something that's super exciting for me? I'm really excited for this move. It's really gonna help me just grow as a person. I know I'm gonna
Oh, is this a pattern? Yo, every time I hear her say, you know, you're being really negative about this right now, I start to get a little triggered. She, in this era, gives very Karen-esque. And I mean, it's not that she doesn't give Karen-esque now, right? But I feel like Quirky Love Rose is like the pinnacle. Like if you had to put a dictionary definition next to Karen, you'd put Quirky, right? But this era of Amber is like giving that as well. You know what I'm saying?
gonna be happier. I found someone I truly like. I don't want anyone to take that away from me. I understand everyone has their own opinion. They're gonna sit there and share it. That's kind of what YouTube comments are for. I just feel like to blatantly tell me that this is not going to work out is kind of rude and very immature.
Kind of rude and very immature.
I have such high hopes for this to work out. If it doesn't work out, that doesn't mean you can sit there and be like, heh, told you so. Like, to gamble on someone's life like that, especially something very scary and very new, it's kind of weird. It's also a tad bit disrespectful.
Are they gambling on your life or like, wait a minute. So from my understanding, someone correct me if I'm wrong, you were living with one partner, Crystal, okay? But I'm pretty sure even before that, she lived with another partner from my anywho, doesn't she, since leaving foster care, doesn't she just move from partner to partner? So I think the reason everyone's hitting her with the, oh, I don't think this is going to work, because maybe when were you alone? I feel like if she took some time alone, this wouldn't be a conversation of it being a pattern, but she's just moving from like relationship to relationship and kind of using that as a place to live. Do you think that's gonna work? And like Sammy Setso said, so you admit that it's a big deal, that it's a gamble to move in with someone you never met, but then you have a problem with people criticizing that. That really makes zero sense. I don't understand. But we got Loki Berra. Welcome to Hot Dog Gang.
I don't know how someone could really sit there and be like,
Oh, and we got Mrs. Epitaph Fox with a 2 who said narrator. It did not, in fact, work out. Foreshadowing. We got Glitches 445 with Little Smokies for 2 months who said, I'm so glad I followed you over here. Your streams make my day, with a little weenie heart emoji. I'm glad to see you over here, Glitches. Thank you to anybody who decided to come over and hang out with me today.
I know this is not going to work out. How do you know? Destiny and I are planning a lot. This is taking a lot of planning, a lot of thinking, a lot of work. We're not just going into this completely blind. Just please.
Amber leaving Crystal and Crystal's family must have been emotionally difficult for her. Perhaps she wasn't exactly sure how to act around Crystal anymore. Maybe she felt bad or embarrassed in some way. But whatever emotion she was feeling, Amber dealt with it by trying to annoy Crystal more than ever.
My butt is not on you. This room is this big. I'm standing back so I can see.
Why don't you... Wait a minute. This is the rudest shit I've ever seen. My butt's not on you. Clearly it is. Everybody in the world could see you just bumped into her like 48 times. And then on top of that, she's like, oh, well, the room is small. Then why don't you film in a different direction? Or why don't you not film while she's doing whatever she's doing right there? You're rude as hell for that. Just put the camera down. It's not that serious. And this is back in the era, right? When she had like 5K subs. Why are you doing this?
This girl goes, why is your butt on me?
Catch you on the flip side.
Yeah, because why?
It's a really far drive. Ah, Crystal. Shake that left it, duffy. Just playing. Don't, she says. You know what? It's pretty hot. What are you doing? You have to turn it.
Perhaps this was Amber's subconscious trying to protect itself. But whatever the reason, she must have been making her moving out easier for Crystal to deal with. Amber carried on filming Crystal even though Crystal clearly had had more than enough of being on camera.
Yeah, this part always bothers me. I just don't understand it. It's really easy to keep people off the internet who don't want to be on the internet if they want to be private. You just don't put the camera on them. She makes things a problem because she kind of wants to push, like, what she wants. I think somebody in the chat said it, a power move? Where is it? Yeah, Belle Batty said power move. Yeah, that's very much what it's giving. She wants to feel like she has control over the situation. She wants things to be her way or the highway. And she truly means the highway. She will just go find another relationship.
I can only think of one person who films at
Or
even worse
personality.
times than Amber. Amber made videos talking about how she was feeling. She was scared. Scared Destiny wouldn't find her attractive, mainly due to her past experiences.
My first true relationship was with a girl named Cassidy. We met online. About a year later, I moved in with her, and as our relationship got more serious and more in depth, she was honest with me, and she told me that the first time she ever met me in person, she did not find me attractive whatsoever. I was freaking so shocked, so hurt, and so surprised. We weren't in a heated fight or anything. She was purely setting me down, and she was being honest that when we met in person, I wasn't attractive to her at all. It completely lowered my self-esteem a great deal, and I was never the same since then.
Moving to
Yes. I'm starting to see these patterns now of she's always the victim here, but we got Blood Raina with the Canadian 2 said, here's my birthday tax. We got another birthday already. Everybody say a good happy birthday to a Blood Raina in the chat. Thank you, thank you. Also, I don't know where this birthday tax thing came from, but you guys don't owe me money on your birthday.
Florida to be with Destiny wasn't going to be a cakewalk though. Amber, for someone who didn't have a job, had accumulated so many things over the years. Destiny's parents also planned on picking up Amber and drive her to Florida. Amber, before even getting to Florida, was already relying on her girlfriend's parents yet again. Amber just had so much stuff, and Crystal's parents even offered to send some of her stuff to her after she had moved. It would have cost them a lot of money to send it all, but they were willing to help as always. But to be fair to Amber, she didn't want them to spend any more money on her. She wanted to take all of her possessions in one go. Amber had been
That's surprising. Amber not wanting to use people for their money, that's a first. Honestly.
counting down the days until she was with her new girlfriend. Well, they weren't official yet. Destiny had been waiting to actually meet Amber before asking.
Is she still living with Crystal at this point? Like, am I understanding this correctly? She is still living at Crystal's place with a sign that's like 31 days till she's with her new girlfriend? Am I understanding this right? She's sleeping in a bed, still with Crystal, while FaceTiming her new girlfriend. Am I understanding this? This is absolutely nuts. There's no world that this is normal.
Her to be her girlfriend. No need to rush things after all. Amber had been thinking of meeting Destiny almost non-stop. It's all she talked about in her videos.
I'm sorry, I can't get over this. I literally cannot get over the fact she is sitting in Crystal's house, Crystal's family's house, talking about a new girl. Like, this is wild.
Picturing what it would be like. But when the pair did meet, it was not exactly the fairy tale meeting Amber had been dreaming of.
My first impression of meeting a few of her family members, I completely fell in the mud. My finger went into dog poop, and it was just this whole embarrassing thing. Like,
so maybe
Yo, this bitch. No way. That is so much. Where the fuck was she walking, bruh? Was she trudging through the fucking swamps? Why was the mud so wet and you were slopping through it? Bro, no. I'm sorry. That was just so diabolical of a photo.
it wasn't exactly a Hollywood meet cute, but at least it was memorable. Okay, so moving in together before even having one date seemed fast, but perhaps now they had met, they would slow things down a little.
what are we doing right now?
We're adding you onto my bank account.
I ended up pausing coincidentally, not because I knew this was about to be said. What a terrible decision. Like, I'm okay. I've said it before, like, you cannot be married and, like, have a joint bank account or whatever. But they have not been together long enough for something like that. That's something you do after, like, living with someone for a couple years, usually, okay? Why, though? I gotta mention. So, Destiny kind of resembles, like, 2011 Justin Bieber, but then Amber said that Tommy looks like Justin Bieber, but like definitely not 2011 era. So like, is she just trying to like get all of her lesbian girlfriends to like look like different eras of Justin Bieber? Is the next one gonna be like slightly more stud with like some tats? I don't know. That's just my theory.
Things getting serious.
Oh yeah, sharing a bank account.
Amber had done it. She had officially moved out of Crystal's parents' house and into Destiny's apartment, with her roommate Jessica, who, much like Crystal, didn't appear on camera very often. As for Destiny, she couldn't get enough of the camera. Very different to Crystal. And that wasn't the only way she was different to Crystal.
How's your day been?
Good.
Really?
Yes.
Why?
Because I made you This is a neti pot. I told her that you stick it up your ass. And you have it.
Guys, I'm gonna be really, really real. I did not need to see. Destiny just looks like a 12-year-old boy to me. I can't. Like, that just made me cringe so hard that physically, it's really gonna be hard to press play here, but I'll do it for you.
Cleanses your ass.
I have to poop.
Holy shit!
We just that ass.
Stop!
Hot damn.
Titties. I'm amazing. How are you?
Why are you talking like that? I'm pretty good.
Oh, yeah?
Why
is that?
Wait, I want to know why you're amazing.
Because I made you No.
Crystal may have had an
I want to go back to who I was before that. I really do. Where's that Men in Black thing, bro? Hit me with the little beep mind eraser. I need it. I'll pay. Somebody got it. Do it to me. Hit me with it. Right now. We'll go back in time like it never even happened. Oh my god. We got Blood Raina with the little Smoky for 2 months, who said, today's stream brought to you by Peach, the demander of the birthday tax. Help me maintain my 3 a.m. Walter's hot dog habit and use code BDAY for no tax. You guys are diabolical, not the continued sponsors. Which reminds me of something exciting to talk about at the end of the stream.
issue with sharing Amber with YouTube, but Destiny was more than happy with it. And much like Amber, Destiny was at her funniest when she wasn't trying to be funny.
What is something that you support?
Support animal rights.
What's your favorite food?
Chicken.
Destiny also had some pets, dogs and cats. She named her dog Leia after Princess Leia from the Star Wars, and she was a huge fan of the Star Wars.
Star Wars cereal, Lucky Charms. Doesn't taste good?
No, I like that stuff, but that...
Right here is actually kind of in the middle of the room. Destiny has her Star Wars stuff up here, like movies and whatnot.
She must have been the biggest Star Wars fan living in Florida at that time.
Stop it! Please stop!
I'm gonna be really real. That's how you know Snowflake's not from America. That's a light Star Wars fan right there. Dude, Star Wars fans go berserk. And people in Florida are extra nuts. You will see some of the craziest houses and like collectible collections down here of just random shit. I can guarantee you there is someone whose entire house is themed Star Wars in Florida. No question. They probably live in Orlando and they probably frequent Disney.
Okay, maybe she was the second biggest Star Wars fan in Florida. Destiny may have looked pretty cool, but actually, she was a bit of a nerd.
She got a loot crate and she's super excited about this.
That is the coolest thing.
That's very cool. It's very cool. Yeah.
What else did you get?
The sweatband.
Yeah, that's very cool. It's very cool.
Very cool.
Very cool.
Star Trek air freshener.
Very cool.
A little Wonder Woman poster.
Very cool.
This Regrettable Superheroes book.
Oh my god.
A download thing. And a Batman.
That's very cool.
Wow.
Cool. It's
very cool.
Yeah.
Amber and Destiny were obviously overjoyed to have finally met, and they were clearly getting along very well.
Hi.
Not the
This ain't
fedora.
bad. Look at me. Oh. It's like, dude. What the fuck? Damn, come here.
I don't like it. I can't. I really don't like this couple. This is the one that makes me vastly uncomfortable. It's nothing to do with either. No, it is. They just make me cringe. I can't. It's giving like that really cringe couple in high school and in the cafeteria that would like sit on each other's laps at lunch, you know?
Right now. What are you doing?
This is what I came to look at.
Okay.
You make me happy.
You know what I'll give her though? She seems happy. Like out of the different eras I've seen, she seems mostly happy here.
When skies are gray.
You are the sweetest little thing.
At what cost though?
Look at what she did to me today. All right, I'm gonna show you naked. Yeah, I am.
No. No. No! It was like Mr. Krabs out his show. Dude, this is rough. Can she start crying again? I might need to drink more.
Hi. Sitting on the toilet. Have you ever seen that video?
Sitting on the toilet? Sitting on the toilet?
Now this is Florida. Like, holy shit. Beauty. And beauty right here.
Scare.
Come on.
It was all very exciting for Amber and her fans. A new love interest, and Amber had never seemed this happy before. However, as fun as it was for Amber and her fans, it all felt a bit like deja vu. Amber was living with her girlfriend. Amber didn't have a job. Amber made vlogs telling us about what she was wearing, her jewellery. She was telling us stories from her past. However, not everything was the same as before.
We're going to Denny's. She's getting free food and I have to pay for mine.
Yeah.
They went out a lot, but instead of heading to Target all the time like Amber used to, they preferred heading somewhere else.
Look, that freaking bread you wanted is buy one get one free at Publix.
It's a shame they never met Jason Genova when they headed to Publix. Perhaps Jason was just on his break when they came into the stall.
Hey, buddy. Well, can't talk. How you doing? Can't talk. Oh, all right.
I don't know the lore.
It was nice for Amber's fans to see her this happy. She had made the leap and moved in with her new girlfriend and moved to a whole new state. The heat, though, was already starting to become an issue for her. She wasn't in Virginia anymore.
I'm currently sitting in Destiny's car and I swear to God the air conditioning is not working and I'm sweating balls right now.
There was no...
Oh, okay. So we get the happy era of them, and I see now we're about to go downhill. I got you. It's like a roller coaster. Weep, 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 weep. Pew.
Going back now, Crystal was done with Amber, at least as a girlfriend, but the two did stay in touch. Crystal even watched Amber's new videos. Well, she said she did.
Problem number 1. You were sleeping in bed with your ex-girlfriend while you met your new girlfriend. You leave, you move in with your new girlfriend, and you're still talking to your ex-girlfriend. This bitch is a walking red flag.
Anyway, and Amber still mentioned Crystal from time to time. This didn't bother
Ew.
Destiny though, as she was comfortable with her relationship with Amber.
Ew.
Plus, she was probably too busy working to worry about it. She worked full-time as a personal care assistant to anyone who needed support, just getting by day to day. She would help them get ready, help them take a shower, and serve them food. She would only get Wednesdays and Saturdays off, which meant that Amber would nearly said it. Which meant that Amber would be left at home waiting for Destiny to arrive, much like a cat waiting for its owner to return. When Destiny...
If you guys have seen the movie Obsession, I won't like spoil it if you haven't seen it, but for those of you who have seen the movie Obsession, you know the one scene where the guy leaves to go to like work or whatever, and he's like, stay. That's what I thought of. That's what that reminded me of right there. Amber's giving she was one wish willowed.
He got home and needed to sleep. Amber turned from a cat waiting for its owner to an annoying puppy. And speaking of cats, Amber had always wanted a little kitten of her own, but Destiny already had a cat, so it didn't look like Amber could make her dreams come true and own her very own little kitten. But then something unexpected happened. Hey you, and welcome. My name is Mikeflake, and in this all video we're talking Amberlynn and the story of the missing cat. Back in 2015 in Florida, Amberlynn Reid was living with her girlfriend Destiny and her cat Glace. Sadly for Destiny, one day shortly after Amber moved in, Glace disappeared with no explanation.
Our cat got out last night. Not when she got out from me because I caught her and catched her. We're thinking she wanted.
No, this is already a red flag. No. You would not catch me making a video doing anything other than looking for my goddamn, like, why is she smiling? I couldn't. No. I'm already red flag. Why are you smiling talking about your missing cat?
To do it in her next opportunity, and she did. We're thinking our friend Jessica didn't notice, but Gracie ran away, and now we're gonna try to find her.
Amber, though, seemed more interested in their new couch than Destiny's beloved cat going missing.
How are you feeling right now?
Sore. And upset.
Where are you sore at?
I'm here. I'm just taking a little bit.
There's our couch, by the way. Don't be sad. We'll find her. And if we don't, I'm hoping she's in like a good place. Because there are people out there who take cats, you find them and they'll take care of them.
I'll beat a bitch up. Can I say, as one of the people who finds cats and takes care of them, you're despicable. You're fucking despicable as fuck for even saying that. Like, actually go fuck yourself. Because what? That's so sick to say to somebody. First off, that's her animal, okay? The fact that both of you were even sitting on the couch, you would not catch me. I would be out there looking, putting up posters, knocking on doors, fucking Facebooking, whatever the fuck you gotta do to find this animal. The problem in Florida is there's so many roads, and like, yeah, okay, you get the nice chance that your animal isn't scared by the sound of cars, and they will just like walk around a neighborhood and maybe somebody will find them and take care of them. But if your animal was microchipped, you'd still get them back. Why are your pets not microchipped? Starting off. Then, it's like, she's like, I hope she's in a good place. Like, do you not realize that cats can get hit by cars? Do you not realize that they can get attacked by other wild animals? Do you not realize that some people just aren't kind to animals? This is so... Oh, I'm so irate. I could just never imagine.
She hasn't hurt my name on her.
I know. Well, look we got our new couch. What do you think of it?
Fuck your new couch. Fuck your new couch. Fuck you. Go save your cat, bro.
The way Amber said she hoped Gracie was in a better place sounded strange, almost as if she knew where Gracie was. Perhaps in the dustbin somewhere, or dumped in the Everglades. Amber, not showing much concern, led many to believe that Amber either led Gracie out to run away, or perhaps something more sinister. After all...
Yeah, it sounded very... I hope she's in a better place. You're making no effort to find her and just assuming that she's already gone. Yeah, I don't fuck with this. Yeah, I really don't fuck with this.
Amber had never really taken to Gracie in the first place.
Gracie, can we do any sweeping? Okay, I'll let you be.
Oh! What'd that cat do? Can somebody tell me what that cat did wrong? Stretch? She didn't do nothing wrong. Here, I'll show you something really, really funny. You guys might think my cat hates me. Amber's gonna think, watching this, that my cat hates me. Did y'all hear her scream at me? Every time I touch her, she yells at me. What about you? Okay, my cat's actually... They're I don't know. Here. You're getting snuggles right now. Ugh. We're gonna show a nice happy cat while we listen to this story, because I'm getting sad, and I'm just like, I want... Here's a happy baby.
Oh my goodness. Gracie? She whines all the time.
Just Amber's whole attitude about the situation seemed odd.
We still haven't found my cat.
Sorry. Yeah, we still haven't found Gracie. Damn, I look rough in this view.
Something else that caused many to believe Amber was behind the missing cat was the fact that as soon as Amber moved in, she had begun saving her Wasabi fund. Wasabi was what Amber wanted to name her new cat, but Destiny already had a cat, so there was no need to get another. Money was tight between the pair, with Amber not working, so having another pet just wasn't viable. But as soon as Gracie was out of the picture, Amber got her new cat. When Amber first got Wasabi, she actually called the kitten Chaplin instead because of its little silly mustache it had. Well, if they were going to name the cat after someone who had a silly little mustache, they only really had two options. So thankfully they went with the option that wouldn't get me banned just for saying the other guy's name. Oh, what the hell, I'll just say it. Jimmy Bunker. No, of course, I'm just kidding. I'm talking about Adolf Hitler.
Oh, I got nervous. I was like, wait a minute, buddy.
Despite calling it Chaplin, she quickly changed her mind and called the kitten Wasabi once again. To this day, we do not know where Gracie the cat is. Despite this incident happening 7 years ago, Gracie has never been found. Amber had been accused in the past of being willing to do amoral things to get what she wanted, trying to make her audience feel sorry for her to get likes on her videos. Granted, making a cat disappear is a level up, so sadly we may never know what happened to old Gracie. So that ends this old video. A sad story about an innocent cat who did nothing wrong, and a girl who perhaps would have done anything to get what she wanted. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you taking the time to do so, and hopefully you enjoyed the video. So I'll see you all in the next old video. Until then, please, as always, look out for each other and take care of yourself.
I really was like, wow, did the video end that fast? I had to check. I was like, no way.
We're putting up the first flyer for Grace and A. I'm gonna do it next to the mailbox because I think that makes the most sense. And we have 9 others to do. We should go to a buffet.
Did she just say 9 others? Your cat went missing and you put up 10 posters? Yo, if my cat went missing, I would be literally dropping off flyers at every place you could. Every telephone pole is gonna say, cat missing. My cats wouldn't go missing. I could open the door and leave it open and my cats are not leaving. And I am very lucky to say that, okay? But if your cat does leave, you're gonna have to look for them. And you know what'll help? Having them microchipped. Because by the grace of God, if somebody does find them, takes them to the vet, they will know they're your pet.
Amber now had Wasabi to keep her company while Destiny was out at work, but she was still bored. Destiny worked 5 days a week and Amber worked 0. So you would have expected Amber to clean the house while Destiny was at work.
This is our room. Absolute mess.
Well, you would at least expect Amber to do all of the cooking then.
Making some turkey burgers on my George Foreman. And okay, Destiny's making it. She's like the cook lately. I don't know what's going on.
Can I also just point out of any time that I thought might have to take a shot during this, it would be the part where we're talking about a cat going missing. Notice how she didn't shed a tear during any of that. She didn't cry not once.
Sweetest little thing. Masterpiece is complete. Thank you, baby. You're welcome.
Good morning.
What are you doing?
Getting you some juice.
Destiny made me breakfast. She always makes me breakfast. And dinner, it's like, I don't understand why.
Have y'all been cooking?
Yeah,
Who's been cooking?
me.
What do you mean you?
I've been making Amberlynn breakfast like every morning.
Okay, so Destiny did all of the cooking. Well, at least Destiny didn't bring the food to Amber in bed.
I've never actually had someone make me breakfast and bring it to me in bed, so we figured, why not?
So what exactly did Amber do while she waited for Destiny?
To braid my hair literally takes like an hour.
At the end of living with Crystal, Amber didn't know what to film. She thought it would all be different once she moved in with Destiny, and it was for a little while, but it wasn't long before Amber had run out of ideas again.
And I'm afraid that I'm gonna start filming things that are just like insanely boring that you guys just don't care about, and that is not what I want for you guys. Sometimes I just don't know what to say or what to film. I'm so sorry.
Destiny would be out working and Amber would be sat at home, not cooking or cleaning, just watching her old YouTube videos. So, not knowing what to film, she started asking the fans to send in their questions.
Can I be honest? This is just like, what? This is kind of what I'm talking about and why I feel like Amber's never gonna get better, right? When we're watching this, there's zero motivation for her to even do anything in a day. Not a hobby, not like a hobby. That's what I'm thinking right now. Like, okay, you have if any of us, I feel like if anybody here had all the time in the world to do anything, a lot of people are going to pick up one of their favorite hobbies. They're going to learn something new. They're going to try to do something to make money. They'll start a new business. So many things. But she's just kind of sitting around doing nothing. Most of her time is spent doing nothing. Nuts. Belle Batty said, when you worked with her, have you had the opportunity to talk to her? The conversations I had with her were pretty much limited to what you guys saw on camera. I had one DM conversation with her, which got turned into a song.
It wasn't the first time she had asked her fans to do this. She used to do it when she lived with Crystal, and she'd run out of ideas then.
Do you have any weird phobias? I do. It is called trypophobia. I don't want to talk about it. I will leave the word right here. You guys can Google it. Even just talking about the word or thinking about it in any sort of way honestly gives me the goosebumps and I start to cry. I do not want to go there right now.
The fear of patterns repeating themselves. Amber was scared of patterns repeating themselves. Thank goodness Amber never had any patterns that repeated themselves.
That's actually hilarious.
Amber was also not a fan of something else.
What's one of your biggest pet peeves? People who think they know everything.
Amber may not have liked know-it-alls, but she did like something. Herself.
I really enjoy writing. I'm a very good writer. I was absolutely blessed in that area. Writing just really comes naturally to me and it makes me feel really good when I sit down and I just spew out a poem to her.
Amber thought she was a good writer. And to be fair to her, she does have a certain way with words.
She accepts these parts of me. She loves me as I am and who I is.
There is the old saying, of course.
As I am and who I is? Does she do it intentionally or is she just a little dumb? As I am and who I is? That has to be the craziest string of words I think I've heard in a long time. What the fuck?
If you have an infinite number of Amberlynns typing on an infinite number of typewriters for infinity, all she would type is literally over and over. When answering fan questions though, one question had always stumped her.
What's a phrase or exclamation that you tend to say?
Crystal? Is there like a phrase or an exclamation that I tend to say a lot of? I don't know either. I can't think of anything.
When you just film yourself answering fan questions, that's when you know you're out of any creative ideas.
Holy shit! We got Investigator River coming in with the 20 Hot Dog Gang gifted members. Make sure to thank anyone who gave you a gift today. Wow. So many words there that were not English. Make sure to thank anybody who gave you a gift today, and make sure to give a huge thank you to River for 20 new members in our chat. That is amazing, and thank you so much, River. Appreciate you always. Seriously. You guys are going ham on him today.
It's pretty pathetic, really.
Jada Pro said, where do babies come from? I think they come from stalks. I was told babies come from stalks. But then I also thought, who stalks?
Can I also point out, it's really funny that Snowflake brings up the fact of her doing like the answering fan questions like early on, when that's pretty much all her content turned into in recent times. Like on YouTube, when she goes live now or like anything, like it's not like she does videos or vlogs, whatever, but when she goes live, all she does is answer fan questions. She doesn't have anything prepared to talk about. She's not going on to say anything about a subject. She literally turns on the camera and expects the entire chat to move the flow of whatever she's gonna say.
D-Kill LD said, Jimmy, how's it feel to have the biggest kill count of any serial killer? Miss Ruthie asked what actor would play me in a movie. I asked a colleague and she said Warwick Davis. Heard he's really good actor. He must be very handsome. And do I like pineapple pizza? Pineapple on pizza? Yes, I love pineapple on pizza.
You disgusting creature.
Excuse me?
At least all the free time Amber had meant she could reply to her fans' comments. The fans she really loved.
I love you guys. Don't you ever forget it.
But weirdly, Amber didn't always reply to the comments. In fact, the vast majority of comments fans left on her videos would get no response from Amber, and it wasn't like she had hundreds or thousands of comments either, which meant it was difficult for her to keep up. Often, her videos would have several comments, or even less, just one or two sometimes, and Amber rarely replied. Despite having literally, Despite having all day to do nothing, she seemed demotivated a little with YouTube, filming but not really knowing what to film.
See, but this is the most frustrating part about this is because why not, when you're doing a vlog, you usually have to be doing something, so why not just move out of vlogging? There's like so many different avenues of like things she could do. But the problem is Amber's just boring. She's also not talented. It's not like she could sit there and run OBS or something. I feel like anybody could run OBS, but the problem is Amber's too lazy to like learn how to do anything. I don't get this era. Like, who was watching in this era and why?
YouTube now just seemed like something to keep Amber from going mad at home alone. If she was talking to YouTube, at least she wasn't talking to herself. It stopped being a free therapy session and instead started to become her only friend while Destiny was at work. Actually, both Destiny and Amber did have a real friend named Libby, who was just 15 years old at the time. And
I didn't know that episode 4 was going to be the one to make me the most angry, but here we are.
Being 15 years old, Amber had to be careful about what she said and did in front of her.
So, should you read the words, like the questions, and then we'll...
What? We're busy. So you're talking about...
Amber didn't have
You know the clip that makes me really angry? I'm pretty sure I played it on Glass before, and that was one of the things that made Amber like fucking freak the fuck out at Keem, and then we were silenced. That fucking clip of her where Libby's like literally sitting right next to her and she's explaining a very descriptive like sexual position that she could do with like, and anyone's gonna tell me that Amber's not a disgusting person, you're actually insane.
many friends in Florida yet. Only Destiny, the 15-year-old, and Wasabi. She was getting extremely bored just being stuck at home with nothing to do. She really could have done with finding a job.
Yes,
especially since money was getting low with only Destiny working.
Destiny went to the pawn shop, sold her little thingy-majigger. Now Jessica, which is our roommate, is in a different pawn shop trying to sell like a stereo PS3, I think. So living on my own has been extremely hard. Money is scarce. I mean, it's practically non-existent. I don't even know what money is anymore. All money goes to bills, 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 and rent. What's been the hardest thing about living on your own? Money, 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 money. Money.
Welcome to being an adult. Did you know most Americans are in some form of debt? Did you know most adults have bills, have to pay things, have responsibilities? But you know what most adults do to afford those things? Work, have a job, contribute and be a productive member of society.
Money, 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 money.
Money, 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 money. You have to pay close attention to every little thing that you buy. I am so like responsible when it comes to money. When you have to be responsible with it, I will literally sit there with a piece of paper and write down every single thing that we need to pay for throughout the month, when we need to do it, how much it's gonna cost. I am so OCD with it and it's just so freaking stressful.
Do you think that you're... this is my thing. She thinks that her struggles are hers alone. You sitting there writing down all your expenses is not original. Most people, maybe not most, but a good amount of people do that. If they don't write them all down, they have somewhere a list or in their head a list of all their monthly expenses that come up, or weekly expenses, whatever, however you do it, and you determine how much you spend a month on things versus how much money you're making a month. So you know how much wiggle room you have in money you can spend. Like, you should know immediately how much your rent is, a rough estimate of your electric bill every month, your water bill, all of that, your Wi-Fi. Total it up. And then you know if you're gonna have any money left over for the month. If you don't do that, it's probably a little bit fiscally irresponsible to be spending money willy-nilly. So why does she act like this is the hardest thing in the world to do? Most people do this or have to do it. Yes, chili. She literally invented budgeting. Crazy.
I've never lived on my own before. I've never had to deal with my own money before. Literally eating olives out of a can right now with a fork. Like,
good job, Phoenix. Gold star.
For is paying rent.
Oh yeah, we pay rent on Saturday, and then we don't have to worry about having money for rent.
Yeah, because that has been freaking kind of stressful. She's currently in GameStop selling my XL 3DS, a couple of my games, my iPod.
Yes, Amber was in a totally new world. She would have to find a job to be able to afford rent and to be able to afford the things she really wanted. At this point, Amber had started to make money from YouTube, but it was nowhere near enough to pay her share of the rent. Even Destiny seemed to realise they had money troubles, although it wasn't always clear they struggled for money. Amber had...
Can I pay to gouge my eyes out? Can I gouge my eyes out now? Where's the Men in Black thing? This isn't a prank anymore. Somebody undo it. It's burned into my head. I don't want to have demon nightmares about whatever the fuck that just was. Save me now, please.
Had never discussed money before while dating Crystal, but now the issue of money, or lack of it, was coming up more and more. She began applying for jobs, but who knew how long it would take for her to find work. The only work she had done in the past was voluntary work at somewhere similar to where Destiny worked, looking after people who needed assistance. Money was tight, so it was a good thing they didn't make any unnecessary purchases, like a new cat. Although, to be fair, the new cat just replaced the one Amber murdered, the cat that disappeared, and no one knew what happened to it. Amber had money troubles. She wasn't sure what to film for YouTube, and no jobs were getting back to her. What else could go wrong for Amber?
Totally off topic, but today I lost a cousin of mine in a car crash. It was so unexpected. It's just like freak accidents like this really make you just want to hold on to your life and stop taking things for granted because you never know when it's your last day. I'm still completely in shock. I did shed some tears earlier, obviously. It breaks my heart, and rest in peace. I love her dearly.
There's so many times where I think she's gonna cry and then doesn't. But then she'll cry. Is it strange to anybody else she'll talk about these like deeply traumatic events and be like pretty stone-faced about it, but anytime she brings up weight, she starts bawling?
Surely this was as bad as it could get for her. She had just moved in with the love of her life, that she had known for just over 5 minutes, and now she had no money, they lost a cat, and her cousin had tragically died. Surely nothing else could go wrong.
Right. I think like the biggest thing to note in these videos, because it's the same video we were like literally talking about yesterday. Dink. There's my coin in the jar. Snowflake. But the main thing to talk about in those videos is the fact that they treat the animals like they're toys, like they're dolls, like the way they hold them, they're like That's how, like, children act with animals when they don't know better and you're trying to, like, I'm not saying a child ever should treat an animal like that, but you know, like, really little kids, when they don't know how to treat animals yet, sometimes you'll get, like a toddler who will, like, pull on the tail, and you'll have to be like, no, don't do that, you don't pull on tails, or, like, they'll, like, grab their feet, and you gotta be like, no, don't do that. It's all, like, stuff children do that you reprimand as an adult. To see adults doing that with an animal is the problem.
Nobody.
That's the part that pisses me off more than anything. Here, I'm gonna slow it down because I have it sped up, but I think he does too, and I'd rather let it, like, play out.
Nobody.
Like, why would you ever do that? Can we start right here? Let's say the dog was going to bite the cat. First off, I don't see, like, the reason I'm, like, going back is because I'm trying to actually, like, for the millionth time, like, the dog wasn't anywhere close to biting, close to the cat, anything. She smacks the dog and says, no biting. Why? Why?
Nobody.
It angers the fuck out of me. And that's why I don't fuck with Destiny either. Because this bitch is just as bad. She's the one who perpetrated most of the acts in this video to even fucking begin with. Who hits a dog like that? Why would you ever do that? The dog, first off, didn't even do anything to be reprimanded. But let's say it did. Little boop on the nose, like, don't do that. Or put your hand between the dog and whatever, trying to learn how to train, control your animal in a way that doesn't result in you having to hurt the animal. Bullshit. And then this. It's like, why would you hold your cat by its paws like that? Do you know you can pull your cat's arms out of its fucking socket doing that? Especially a kitten? Especially kitten?
The authorities.
Get over little Marissa. She's more
Drop the cat if you need to, just like,
No, don't go of him.
Jesus Christ, that was like,
No, baby, because the dog's back there.
Yeah, that's the biggest problem. It's like, they're so rough and the animals are so young and they're like laughing about it like it's funny. What's funny?
Many of Amber's true fans started to turn against her. They were understandably concerned with the way Amber and Destiny had been treating their pets, and the way they treated their pets wasn't the only thing that was bugging her fans.
If you don't like what I say in my videos, I'll advise you, smart, to not watch them because that'll just make it easier. Bet. And that's why I'll watch your videos covered by anybody else.
Amber was also getting plenty of comments chastising her for her changing personality.
I'm getting a certain somebody in my comments down below saying like I'm like a chameleon and I don't know who I am. I was one person with Crystal and one person with Destiny, which is completely false. Now that I'm with Destiny and she is in my videos with me, like we just have a good time. We're silly and I say funny things. It's just who I am and that's how I've been my whole life. Like even in high school I was this. Like I don't really know what this person means. I'm definitely not a chameleon. I am myself through and through. Like, I will not change for a single soul. Hope everyone has a great day, night.
Wouldn't change for a single soul, yet there's so many different examples of you personality snatching over the years. It's documented. You are so strange with it. The fact that I had to deal with it is nuts. Okay? Nuts.
Wherever you are. And I guess I'll end it here. Bye.
Yeah, she was way more soft-spoken.
Vlog channel. And I was just kind of talking because sometimes talking to you guys actually helps with how I feel. So, yeah.
You're gonna break my phone with that stupid shit.
Oh, those are so fucking good.
Oh my god. Yes, bitch.
Those accusing Amber of changing her personality may have just had a point. And actually, I have something to confess to you all.
Oh, I want to pause and bring this up. Sammy Senso said, and she claimed to hate you, which made it even weirder. Amber never hated me, and I stand on that. Amber never hated me. She wanted to be my friend so fucking bad. That's why no matter how much I stayed on that bitch's neck, even in that first message she sent me, the one that I turned into the human to human song, a lot of it is her like trying to like explain her side and get me to understand and not try to hate her, etc., etc. And that wasn't the only message she ever sent me. There was another message she sent me on Valentine's Day. Let me just find it. Let me just fucking find it. For the sake of the goddamn story. Okay, so the second message she ever sent me, I remember it being on Valentine's Day because it was like a Valentine's message. And you know what? I'm gonna read it. I'm just gonna read you guys the message she sent me. I don't think I've ever read this one out to you guys, so here you go. So she said, I had a talk with a few hosts last night, and in that conversation, I made it clear I don't have real issues with any hosts in the LCU. I said, I even see the good and positives in Zay, and I don't have an issue with her. It's true. I see what you bring to the LCU, and I actually don't care that Glass talks about me. Many other hosts know this, in parentheses, not sure if you do, but I listen to what Keem and Scooter want me to do to create an entertaining show. Sometimes that involves me acting self-entitled, arguing with other shows, crashing out, etc. But I fully support Glass, and I hope that it is successful. If I didn't act like a sassy, annoying bitch on Bus, I'd be boring as fuck, lol. I've been wanting to say this, but I know you're busy and I didn't want to bother you. Anyways, I hope you do have a great Valentine's Day. What did I say? Oh, I actually didn't respond to anything she said in that message. My response was saying, I just heard on Bus last night that you guys were saying that I was potentially reaching out to Rachel for an interview, and I just want to make it clear, I don't fuck with that bitch. I don't fuck with how she treats people. I usually don't talk anything business in DMs, but just had to let you know that's a line I wouldn't cross. So I never even responded to that message she sent me. There you go. Belle Batty said, wait, she had a crush on you? Oh, I wouldn't say that. I definitely wouldn't have said that, but I do think she wanted to like be my friend. That second message she sent me is like obviously different from the human to human message, which is like the song. That human to human song is the first DM Amber ever sent me. And the reason I think she sent that human to human one was because that was before the Tommy documentary was going out, right? So she was trying to get me on her side and not say a bunch of shit and feel like I'd be fucked up for talking about Tommy being a feeder. In the second message, it was just kind of giving off like she was like, oh, well, I actually don't hate Zay. I'm just trying to act like I hate Zay in front of the camera. I didn't believe that bitch for a fucking second. I knew that wasn't an act, because the other part of the story that she's missing is that when she first started on with Scooter on Bus, Scooter was like in Florida for the very first day of the Bus premiere. So the after show meetings or whatever the fuck, I knew about what happened. And there was one in particular, it was like the day Scooter was going home from his trip. We were taking him to the shuttle for the airport, and he got a call from Keem because Amber was crying saying she was going to quit because of something I said. So she can say whatever about how she wasn't actually affected by shit, but she threatened to quit multiple times over shit that I did and shit that I said to her. To the point that I had, like, when Scooter wasn't here anymore, Keem would call me and tell me I had to lay off. So, there you go. That's my context on why I feel like Amber never actually hated me. I do feel like she wanted to be friends with me, but because I never reciprocated that energy to her, then she started, like, that's after that is when she started the like body shaming, coming at me for my looks, etc.
I dated Amberlynn a few years before she started her YouTube journey, and this is how she was with me. Amber needed a job, and soon. She couldn't live off the YouTube money she was getting much longer, and she was spending money she didn't have. And she couldn't just take money from Destiny. Destiny's father even sent Amber job applications.
That's a good question. Maz Paw said, where can we listen to human now? I guess I never really thought about that. Well, I have, see, here's the thing. Here's a problem that I gotta mention to you guys really quickly that you might not know about. So one of the things that I did sign away in my LCU contract is that anything that I did in the LCU could be considered LCU property, right? Even though it's some shitty little AI song or whatever, I worry that if I tried to upload that as a video to my channel, that there is a chance that they might try to strike it down, saying it's their content. Do I realistically think that Keem would want to take the risk of, like, doing that to me? No. But it's something I worry about just because I don't know how vindictive they are sometimes. But the reason I do think it would be okay is because something I might end up talking about a little bit over the weekend is there was like a stream recently that Gigi was talking about like copyright striking a bunch of the shows in the LCU, which I want to say, as much as I don't fuck with like shit that goes on in the LCU, is fucked up. That is really shitty, weird, and wrong to just copyright strike a bunch of videos or whatever falsely to try to get a channel taken down. That's like really weird fucking behavior. It's one thing if it's like, okay, yeah, you have a reason, but she's just doing it to like be vindictive, so that's weird. And they were talking about how they didn't fuck with that in the LCU. So I feel like it would kind of be like something similar if I posted a video of just like I could make, like, what I was thinking is if you guys wanted, I could make a music video to the original Human to Human song, which I don't think was ever done, and then upload that as a video to my channel. So maybe I could do that. I don't know. I have to think about it. Let me ask S1K what he thinks. He's better with like knowing stuff.
Very different to Crystal's parents, and she looked to be in with some luck for a job when Destiny's Place were looking for staff.
Oh, you have a job opening at your work. Do you think I could get hired?
I don't know.
You don't want me to.
I do want you to. I'm just saying I don't know.
I mean, why wouldn't they want me?
I'm sure they will.
I'm freaking awesome.
It sounded promising at first, but there was a problem.
They said they need someone who's really fast on their feet, someone with, good personality.
Amber would have to wait to see if she would get the job. Amber certainly had lots of trials to deal with soon after moving in with Destiny, but her biggest trial had always been her weight, and it was no different now. However, this was the longest Amber had ever gone without mentioning her weight. Not a good sign. She had ordered some new scales, ready to start fresh. Again.
This is the most Facebook mom scale I've ever seen. Yes, I can. No hate, because I'm all for people who like need a little motivational quote here and there, or a little motivational something that'll help them get through the day. This one's just funny. The yes I can on the scale makes me laugh, because I can guarantee you this particular scale cost so much extra just to say yes I can versus if she would have just got a plain one, you know? And you could have just put a post-it note on it that says yes I can, if that's what you want, which is like fair. I get it. Like everybody needs their motivation. There's something that'll get you going. Fine. This is just very, you'd see this on like a Minion Facebook post. Yes, I can. With a little minion as a superhero.
She was even thinking of becoming a vegetarian. Just
Okay, bet. So, good news. S1K said he thinks that we should be good to do the video for it. So, because it is one that I actually haven't done yet, we'll do a little tiny goal for. It won't be anything crazy. Human to human. OG music vid. Just because I haven't edited one of those music videos in a long time. So it'll take me a little bit of time to like sit down and edit again. But yeah, I can get that uploaded for you guys probably before I move if I have enough time to do it. I'll try to film like a really good music video to make it worth it. I have an idea if we hit it. So yeah. Oh, the country music video I can definitely do, but that has to wait till we move because all my country music outfit stuff is like packed away already. But that I can do once I move, guarantee you, because that is still owed from Glass, and I talked about that before. Is I still want to do that. So if we're good to do that, I could like all the versions we have. I could do like a redo of all the music videos if you guys want and upload them to my channel like over time
to really improve the diet. Although she seemed to be struggling with actually making a decision whether to do it or not.
I'm the biggest animal lover, like that's one of the reasons why vegetarianism is very intriguing to me. It's sad, like eating animals is sad. And I feel like I'm only doing it because I have to, because I need to. Oh yeah, we saw a little bit of this yesterday. I've done a lot of research. I'm very much going back and forth. I'm extremely interested in it, but there's so many negatives to it, but there's also negatives to eating meat. So I'm trying to take both of those things into consideration and just try to do what's best for me. Someone said, I've recently switched to a vegetarian diet and it's been great. I eat a high carb, low protein, low fat diet.
She's like cried in a minute. I'm so sober.
I gotta be honest. I really want to try being a vegetarian for just like 3 days just to see how my body feels because I am freaking scared. I don't know what it is. I feel like taking meat out of my life scares me for some reason. I like the way some meat tastes and I enjoy eating some, but it's not even about that. I'm afraid that I'm not going to get the right nutrients. That is scaring me. Becoming a vegetarian.
Bitch, you got enough nutrient reserves for a fucking beluga whale. You'll be aight.
Vegetarian takes a lot of planning if you want to be a healthy vegetarian. You can't just be like, vegetarian bitches. Again, planning is key. A person needs a lot of protein in their diet, and at the weight that I'm in, I need a little more than the average. Meat has a lot of protein in it for just the littlest bits. Example, let's say I eat 100 calories of a grilled chicken. That is already 20 protein right then and there. If I'm a vegetarian and
20 protein. Who is her nutritionist? Where does she get her nutritional advice from?
I'm a toker, a joker.
Because half the time she says, I'm like, I'm pretty sure that's wrong.
Musical notes emoji. I hear you're planning to do a deep dive. Musical notes emoji.
Oh my god, can the rest of them just finish the song? I hear you're planning to do a deep dive, and I totally get that you're gonna say what you wanna say. And I can't control that. But I just want to speak to one person, to another for a second. I know my girlfriend's like fiance Colleen is most likely gonna be brought up. I literally know the words. It's that bad.
Say I'm getting my protein from beans, I would easily have to eat 600 calories in beans just to get 20 protein. That depends on the bean, but it's still not something I'm 100% sure I'm willing to deal with right now. If I plan on losing weight and I plan on counting calories or doing Weight Watchers or whatever I choose to do to lose that weight, getting my protein in is going to be insanely hard if I'm trying to keep my calories at a lower limit. I am only eating meat purely because I feel like I need it, not because I'm 100% enjoying it.
Then eat some beans. You want some protein? Eat you a can of beans.
Surprise, motherfucker.
We got Fusion with the $4.99. Thank you, Fusion. That takes us to 2 out of 10.
I'm going to try being a vegetarian for a few days. I will be logging on MyFitnessPal to see how much protein I'm eating and how many calories. I can't just do this off the whim. I can't be eating too little protein, too little calories. I will definitely let you guys know how
It was clear, even without knowing Amber's exact weight, that she had actually put weight on since moving in with Destiny. Destiny supported Amber.
No, you're joking.
Surprise, motherfucker.
A bigger? Just makes me laugh. I can't. And we got Sammy Said So with the $4.99. That takes us to 3 out of 10.
In her new weight loss journey, and now with her brand new scales, Amber, like all of us, waited with bated breath to find out her new weight.
And if you guys are wondering, the max weight for this is 440, so no need to fret.
Going months without a weigh-in was never good for Amber.
And a midnight wiener stroker.
I feel like the tears are about to come. We're getting to the weight section of the video. That's the only time I see her cry. We got V Midnight with the 5. That takes us to 4 out of 10. Chili said, hearing her worry about being malnourished, she literally belongs on my 600-pound life. She sounds exactly like them. She needs doctor now saying you can't be malnourished, you're 600 pounds. That's what I'm trying, like, you could go into hibernation for 6 months like a grizzly bear and be all good. I promise. I promise. Like,
I'm a toker.
You're so fine.
A joker. And a midnight wiener stroker.
Dropping by to say hey, red heart emoji.
Guys, good to see you. Thank you so much. Wait, so we were 4, so that will count as, wait. We were 4, so that was the 5th, so technically 5, 6, 7, 8. So we only need 2 more. Thank you so much, Kais. I know it only counts it as like, okay, if it's $5, it counts it, and if it's $5 or higher or whatever, but it only counts it as 1, even though it's a 20, but I count it as 4, even if it's a 20. So even if the thing doesn't give us the confetti, you guys know we hit it if we get 2 more. But thank you so much, guys. Good to see you.
There was a chance the scales wouldn't even be able to read her new weight. So, after months and months of no weigh-ins, how much did Amber weigh now?
I'm sorry. I'm scared to step on it because it's glass. I keep saying error.
She didn't even put her other foot on it yet. She just leaned on it and it hit the error. I'm sorry. I shouldn't laugh. That's not funny, but it is funny. It's funny because I know she paid so much to get the Facebook mom scale. When they make scales that are like made for bigger people to be able to weigh themselves, they're usually those like big boxy ones. If you guys don't know, I've explained this before. My sister is really big. She had to get like this really fancy scale because, look, yeah, my sister has broken things from being big, okay? Scales, toilet seats, random things. So my parents eventually because there was this like one era of like when she was in high school with me and we were like, we're gonna get you fit together. We were like on this journey. So she got this like specialized scale and it was like thick. Like it wasn't like one of those like thin little glass ones. It was like thick and it was like metal on the around, and like the middle was like black with these like dots on it that was like not metal, but it was like this like plastic kind of like really tough. It's made for heavier people. Why doesn't she pay for one of those instead of buying the Facebook mom yes I can scale? Crazy. Sammy Said So, and did she not check the weight limit as a very heavy person? Right. And sometimes not everything got a weight limit. You never know.
Surprise,
like,
motherfucker.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I've seen my sister have incidents with things that she wasn't expecting to. Like I said, the craziest one was the toilet seat literally just breaking out from underneath her. 3 times in 1 month. 3 different toilet seats. I don't know how that happens, but it happens, right? And like, no shame in the game. Then that's when you realize, like, you gotta get on that diet. We got the trolling Pop-Tart with the $4.99, and we got Sammy Said So with the $4.99, which I believe does finish out the goal. It takes 3 more to technically finish out the little confetti, but I believe it's hit regardless.
So should we? Did it come with like an instruction thing?
No.
It didn't come with anything.
It just came by in this plastic.
It doesn't. Normally there's like instructions.
After some initial confusion and panic with the scales, Amber finally got them working correctly.
So just to refresh everyone's memory.
Idea. two scales right next to each other. 1 foot one scale, 1 foot the other scale. Just add the weight.
Last time I weighed myself was over 2 months ago and I was 405. I'm gonna completely like start fresh though. I used to weigh 420. I went all the way down to 331. I'm gonna act like it never happened and just completely start fresh. Let me go hop on that scale. 414.2. So as you guys saw, my starting weight is 414.2. I gained 9.2 pounds. I just want to say it could have gone completely worse than that. I'm actually grateful that that's all I've gained. But again, starting completely fresh, my new starting weight, 414.2. And I don't want to hear anything else again about my weight gain, weight loss. It's all in the past. I'm living in freaking Florida. I'm starting completely fresh. I have the cutest scale in the world. Like, just start.
I have the cutest scale. The scale. Yep. The scale being cute is what's going to help her do it.
Over. But like there's no reason to live in the past when it comes to old weight loss journeys. This is going to be completely different.
She was getting heavier than the old Amber would have been happier with, and now that she wasn't with Crystal, who would keep a watchful eye on her and deter her from binge eating when she could, and was instead with Destiny, who supported Amber whatever she decided to do, including overeating, Amber put weight on very fast. Destiny didn't judge her for her choices though, but maybe that wasn't a good thing. It certainly wasn't good for Amber's weight.
Well, the reason I feel like Destiny wasn't judging her for her choices is because Destiny wanted to make the same choices on the low.
Amber was now 414.2 pounds. She started her weight loss journey at 368 pounds, and with each pound she gained, it was getting harder and harder to see how she would lose a good amount of weight. She had been trying to lose weight her whole life, of course, and just seemed to be getting bigger and bigger. Rather than being overly sad about this, Amber surprisingly seemed okay with her new weight. And just like she had done so many times in the past, Amber seemed almost okay with messing up, because she didn't mess up worse than she could have. This type of attitude had not helped her in the past, and it wasn't helping her here either. But she was ready to start fresh for real this time. This time she couldn't afford to go out to restaurants and buffets as often as she did back in Virginia with Crystal. Crystal's parents were not here to buy all of her food either, so perhaps she stood a better chance of losing weight this time, and if she got a job soon, that could only help with her weight.
You would think. See, that's what I'm wondering. Like, when I see these moments where I'm like, okay, she really is so set up for everything to go the way she wants it to be, lose the weight, etc. I wonder, how does it go so wrong? And I know I'm about to find out, but in my head, I'm just like, what could possibly go wrong now? Other than, but she's got to get a job. That's what it is. I know that's what it is.
So it was yet to be another fresh start. Most of us by now knew she was probably never going to lose the weight. Remarkably though, there were still some people out there who believed she could do it.
Fool me once. Shame on you.
Shame on you. A fool can't get fooled again.
If fool me, we can't get fooled again.
Although Amber did say something she had never said before. She told us she was done with living in the past. She was done telling us how she had lost 89 pounds. She was looking forward, not backwards. I wonder if we would be unlucky enough to hear Amber mention her infamous 89 pounds ever again.
You will be. You will be.
Why did the Yoda take me out? I do not remember Yoda looking that fake. Yoda
So
was
Amber
real
may
to
have been
me.
in a completely new state now, but she was back to what she knew best, starting her weight loss journey yet again.
Oh no, Destiny, I got the wrong one!
Those ones are nasty.
I got the mushroom lover!
Morningstar Farms burgers. Have you guys ever had these? They're so ass. They taste so cheeks. I'm a firm believer, by the way, all frozen burgers are ass. They're so bad. The worst ones, though, are those Bubba burgers. So fucking cheeks. Just buy a pack of fucking meat and shape your own burgers, y'all. Please. Like, these are so terrible. You can make your own burgers that taste way better.
I'm not a mushroom lover! Oh no!
Also, yo, I gotta bring up something that happened to me once. Because that reminded me of something alarming. So one time, me and my homegirl were like, we're gonna make burgers for 4th of July. And I was so excited. I'm like, bet, burgers, yes. So we get into the kitchen. I'm assuming everybody makes burgers like I do. You take the meat, you shape that bitch into a patty, and you slap it down on the grill. That's what I thought. all of a sudden, this bitch opens my fridge and grabs out the eggs. Eggs? Alright, whatever. This bitch started making the fucking burgers like it was meatballs. She added breadcrumbs and eggs into the meat. And I was like, I've never seen it. I don't know if that's how y'all make burgers. But Lord, they were not good. They were not fucking good at all. They were so bad. I don't know what the fuck happened. D-Rock said they were good like that. They were ass. She did something wrong. They were so bad. I've never had burgers that bad in my life. I was like choking them down. I love meatballs. I love meatloaf. But egg in a burger put me off.
Though she hadn't quite returned to normal, something had definitely changed in her. Or at least changed in her videos, or more accurately, her video titles. They were much more dramatic than ever before. Courthouse marriage? Oh my god, did Amber and Crystal get married at a courthouse? No, they just made one passing joke about it in a 14-minute video. Oh my god, did Amber have a blood clot?
I was going to the bathroom today and I looked down at my leg and I found a really, really big bruise and it's swollen. I have no idea where it came from. I honestly don't remember hitting my leg on anything, and it's in a position where it's kind of like impossible to even hit my leg right there, and I feel like I would have remembered. Destiny is going to take me to the hospital. This isn't good. I'm really nervous. I'm terrified. And I also forgot to mention.
You're terrified as you're giggling? Dude, she only cried twice in this whole video. I thought I'd be out of this whole thing by now, and I still got some.
The ER visit, it was not a blood clot, which is shocking to everybody.
Her titles were definitely getting more clickbaity, and these videos did better in terms of views than videos where she just answered fan questions or vlogged about how long it took her to do her hair. Over an hour, just in case you forgot. Amber needed the money after all. She was doing what she could with YouTube to make more money. She was uploading more often than she had at the start of moving with Destiny, and her titles were getting more dramatic. Amber never really did anything that exciting to talk about, so she had to act like exciting things were happening. And another difference in Amber, which perhaps was greatly needed, was how she dealt with the haters.
Last one for today, what's with all the haters? I have no idea. Spread love, not hate. The hate used to really get to me back in the day, but it doesn't as much anymore. I just really appreciate like the people who truly enjoy my videos and watch them because they enjoy them, not because they want to hate on them. But either way, if you're watching because you hate me or you love me, I still appreciate it.
No, you don't.
So Amber was back on her weight loss journey and back on the healthy food and the counting calories. Her and Destiny seemed all loved up, although it seemed like the cracks were already beginning to appear.
Okay, baby. You're pulling on me. You don't realize what you're doing when you're just tugging on me like I'm a freaking jungle gym.
Well, excuse you me.
Amber and Crystal were still good friends, and they still kept in touch.
Crystal keeps texting me.
Destiny and Crystal were actually friends also. Destiny planned on going back to school to become a social worker. Crystal had been on a date. Gracie was still missing somewhere, only God knows where.
Do you miss Gracie? Gracie is Destiny's cat who ran away about 2 weeks ago. And of course I miss her. She would keep me company. See, we do any sweeping? Okay, I'll let you be. And she was just the sweetest little cat. She loved to be held. Gracie? She whines all the time. It's devastating. I just hope that she's in a good place right now.
I'm sorry,
Amber had gone for an interview at Destiny's job, but hadn't heard anything back for a little while.
They didn't call me today. Destiny thinks they might call me tomorrow. No, like I said, it's not a for sure thing. I'm just really hoping and praying that this works out.
And Amber had finally made a decision about going vegetarian.
I was really looking forward to doing this, but I can't be a vegetarian. Oh, I can't. It's just, for some people, it's like perfect. It's their lifestyle and it suits them perfectly.
Who thought that was gonna work?
I just can't find the right mind for it.
Who knows, maybe this time she could lose the weight. Florida did have some excellent gyms after all.
I'm done.
She could lose the weight. She could finally be happy with her body and stop being so self-conscious.
I've gone as far as to showing her naked pictures of me.
Living here with Destiny could really be what Amber had been needing all this time. And she only had one more piece to make her puzzle complete.
I officially have a job.
What shall we do with the drunken sailor? What shall we do with the drunken sailor? What shall we do with the drunken sailor?
Is that song not copyrighted? Is that song not copyrighted? That scared me. I was like, oh, All right. Well, that is officially, I was expecting, can I be honest? Part 4 underwhelmed me a little bit. Not because there was a lot of like shit in there that I feel like was important, but I felt like it was gonna get crazier in this era. Like I felt like we were gonna see more that hasn't happened yet. I guess it'll be in episode 5. Do you guys want me to potentially continue on to episode 5? I fucking expected to go longer. I don't know. I feel like that ended really fast.
A joker and a midnight wiener stroker.
Milky viewer here. We love you so much, Zay.
Oh, thank you so much. Graveyard Roses with the 5. Thank you. Milky, I love, she hits the little snipes on, Foodie. There was one time she hit a snipe on Foodie and Amber in the same stream, and I was like, damn, that's pretty good. You guys said you yearn for the doc. Keep going. All right, but let's keep going because both episodes together are like 2 hours. So fuck it, we ball. Let's go.
Showing her naked pictures.
All right, we don't need the previously on this one because we just watched the previously. So let's skip like all the intro stuff. Boom, 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 boom.
It's just messing up for me. Our family is here and okay and perfect. So great.
Wait, should we change the drinking game? I want it to be slightly tipsy by now. And I'm sober. I'm sober. Let me know. I'm gonna go grab the other drink I have because I know this one is almost done. It's probably got like 2 sips left in it max. So I am gonna go grab the other one. While I grab it, you guys tell me what the new drinking game is. Because clearly Amber's not crying enough. I expected her to be sobbing. I mean, the first time, for part 2 and 3, it worked. But part 4, nothing. This is the other drink I got. It's soju. Lychee. If it was stunned silence from Zay, she'd be drunk by now. That's real. Drink every time she says literally. All right, I'm in. I'm in. That works.
He's like, Mom.
Amber and Destiny were as much in love as you could be with a person you just met, and their love was really coming through in Amber's vlog.
I could have went my whole life without seeing that as well.
Amber, of course, had recently moved out of her ex-girlfriend's home and into a new apartment with Destiny. There was no arguing between the two, and there was plenty of love in the air. The pair couldn't have been happier, especially with the arrival of Amber's new kitten, Wasabi. Audiences were seeing Destiny way more than they ever saw Crystal, although perhaps they were starting to see a little too much. They celebrated—
What the fuck? What was that? Yo, somebody take my eyeballs out, rip them out of my skull, do the Mexican hat dance on them. They're done. I don't need them anymore. I want to be blind.
Their 2-month anniversary together, which isn't a thing, and went out for a romantic meal. And their love for each other was evident even in public.
Okay. She wrote, I love you forever. And I wrote, I love you more forever. We're gonna get it tattooed. I'm joking.
Actually, me and Jimmy celebrated 16 years of knowing each other today.
Cute.
And he wrote on my hand too. Aww. Things couldn't have been going better. They may have moved in with each other quickly and gotten a shared bank account quickly, but they weren't slowing down.
She's currently looking up how much does it cost to adopt babies in Florida.
I wouldn't—
What? Lord knows. The Lord knows. Amber will never be with children. I promise. No. If there is a God, there will never be a world where Amber has a child.
know what it would look like if Amber and Destiny adopted a baby. Amber wanted a girl and Destiny wanted a boy. And actually, through the power of the internet, we can see what Destiny's son would look like. Ah. They weren't going to adopt a baby tomorrow, but they were discussing doing it someday, and the couple thought they would be able to handle a baby soon. But Amber wasn't great at looking after herself. She couldn't even look after a cat, never mind a baby. Amber was enjoying living on her own, as she put it, but she must have just meant living without parents, because she still lived with Destiny. If she did live completely on her own, then it's doubtful that she would be able to survive.
What the fuck is happening?
After all, it was still Destiny doing the majority of the cooking and all of the jobs around the house.
There it is, you guys. Destiny finished it last night while I was laying in bed because I was trying to sleep, but the hammer wouldn't let me sleep.
The fuck were you
When Amber
hammering?
was left to her own devices, well, it was pretty much what you would expect.
I'm warming up some SpaghettiOs with meatballs. I just recently tried this like a month ago. I've never had a SpaghettiO product in like my life. And I did, and now there's no going back. It's so freaking good. So I just put it in a bowl, warm it up, easy.
Destiny may have done all of the grown-up stuff on her own, but she also had a silly childish side as well, often making silly faces and random noises when on camera.
Anyways, I wanted to end the vlog appropriately. And we started.
Mine wasn't good enough.
It was different. Okay.
Amber found Destiny hilarious, and she thought she was pretty funny herself too.
Hello, my friends.
But they never really did anything that
Not a
funny,
single
at least not
literally,
on
though.
purpose anyway. Amber's idea of being funny also consisted mainly of the silly faces and random noises. What kind of person, though, just makes silly noises and expects it to get a laugh? Amber also liked to do different accents when talking.
We just got off of work. We have to go to Walmart because Destiny wants to get some butter, some milk, and some syrup for her waffles.
But it came across more annoying than funny, at least judging by the comments she would receive on her videos. It would have been a lot easier for her audience to connect or to relate to Amber if she would just stop the accents, noises, and of course the screaming.
Do I have a gray hair?
Amber was yet to come across as a real grown-up. She had no job, Crystal's parents were still unbelievably paying for her phone bill, and she had no real responsibility, apart from make sure Destiny's cat—
Look, y'all, I'm just expecting the literalies to spill out at this point. I'm waiting for him. I'm waiting. I'm on the edge of my seat.
didn't run away, and we all know how that ended.
Our cat
hideous.
got out last night. Not when she got out for me because I caught her and catched her.
Even though the relationship
her and
was
catched
still
her.
in its early stages, Amber was extremely comfortable with Destiny, and perhaps she was a little too comfortable with her audience.
I don't know if you guys can tell, but I just got out of the shower. Destiny and I took a shower together.
The pair were also spending a
wanna
lot
know
of
that.
time together. So much time together that some of Amber was beginning to rub off on Destiny.
I'm on my period.
The pair were inseparable and went everywhere together. They did everything together, whether it was going to a restaurant, or heading to Target, or another restaurant, or back to Target. Basically, anywhere Destiny went, Amber followed. Apart from Destiny's work, of course. However, even that was about to change.
Is this the nursing home era?
So, this was not expectant at all. As you guys know, I had a job interview. This was like over a week ago, and they never called me back, and I was expecting like them just not to call me. I thought maybe they didn't like me and they just acted like they did when I was there because they wanted to be nice and they were very nice people. But, I don't even...
You're gonna wear because you have to wear like scrubs. Baby.
I don't have scrubs.
She doesn't have scrubs. You can wear your black pants. I just don't know what kind of shirt you're gonna be wanting to wear.
Okay, so today I'm going in. I'm being trained. Today is my first day. Like,
I gotta call my dad.
what the fuck? Destiny and I are like freaking out. We're like, oh my god, is this really happening?
Yes, Amber had a job. After months of searching high and low, well, mainly searching at Walmart, Amber now had a job. She had found a job working at the same place as Destiny, as a personal care assistant. This was exactly what Amber needed to be more independent and just a little more grown up. Some responsibility surely would have been good for her, although many found it strange the idea of Amber looking after someone else when she struggled to look after herself. This was her chance to show her audience she could do this job and do it well. But there was one big problem.
I'm very used to being not doing much during the day, as you guys saw that, and they need someone who's fast on her feet, and I don't really consider myself fast on my feet, so I'm gonna push myself the hardest I can.
Amber admitted herself she wasn't exactly fast on her feet, and when she did her first shift, her years of laziness hadn't exactly prepared her.
So
fast on your feet? You're never on your feet. You love your bed. You love the couch. Please. You waddle.
It's 1:05 a.m. I just got off of work, came home, ate something. I am so exhausted. My feet are aching like hell. My legs hurt really bad.
Amber also went on to say that her weight really couldn't have been helping her, but at least moving around all day at work would have helped her with her weight.
Right.
It
Losing
wouldn't be
weight.
enough on its own though, especially if Amber kept eating McDonald's and Taco Bell and everything else she would regularly eat. Despite being in pain and exhausted from work, Amber did seem to really enjoy it.
Yeah, someone at work today's like, you look like an Indian princess. I'm like, okay. I can't even tell you how many compliments I get all the time.
Is that how Pocahontas came to be? I know someone else called her Pocahontas, but is it because of this clip? Because why would she say that?
At work.
Amber had been getting negative comments on her channel for a while now about not working and sponging off Crystal and now Destiny. But surely now she had a job, no one could say anything.
You will never get a real job. People are not going to hire someone as big as you are. It is too much of a liability. First of all, I do have a job. It is not a liability for somebody my size to have a job because people my size do need jobs. Companies are not going to discriminate against that, and if they do, then that is against the law. That is illegal to discriminate against anybody. People who are in wheelchairs or handicapped in any sort of way should get the privilege and the opportunity to work in a workplace just like anybody else. I am not handicapped. I am not disabled, nothing. I can work just like you, and I have a...
Yeah, while I think all of this is true, I do think that there are certain jobs that are not made for bigger people. And that's not discrimination. It's just harder for you to complete the job. And therefore, you might be underperforming. Like, when it comes to you needing to help somebody else be able to walk around, if you're not good at walking around yourself, you probably shouldn't do that job. You know?
Job, and I am working, and there's no life.
Amber had a good point. Just because she was overweight didn't mean she couldn't do the job as well as anyone else. Bigger people could do things just as well as everybody else in the world. Now that Amber had a job, it meant she couldn't vlog as much as she wanted, right?
A resident, shh. Stop. We're at work. Anyways, I just wanted to say hi. Like, I wish I could vlog more, and I just don't vlog enough. My resident's getting out of the shower now. Oh yeah, my feet are definitely tired. Good night. Okay.
This era is so annoying.
Amber filming herself
Why are you
at work
vlogging people
and
at
in
work?
other people's rooms felt very strange, like
Yes,
an
of
invasion of
course.
privacy. It didn't seem like she had asked permission to film in there either, and considering Amber told her she was going to really try at this job, this was not the best start she could have had.
There was one point when I lost 89 pounds, and I've officially gained it all back. I weigh 422 pounds as of today. And I know deep down in my heart that if I do not follow some type of weight loss plan, that I will be 500 pounds one day.
Yeah?
In order to not be in so much pain after a long shift, Amber needed to lose the weight. She had tried to lose the weight many times at this point, and she had never quite gotten it right. But this time it would be different, because this time Amber had signed up to Weight Watchers. This was not the first time she had tried Weight Watchers though.
I have paid for Weight Watchers 2 other times besides this one. The first diet I was actually ever on was when I was 11 years old. I weighed 290 pounds, and I was in foster care at the time. And when you're in foster care, you have a social worker and a lawyer. And my social worker literally said to me, I will pay for you to
We got the first one.
do Weight Watchers if you just do it and stick with it. So I did it, and I stuck with it, and I lost about 2 pounds a week. I was only there for a month. I know that's pathetic. I did it again when I was 17, and actually my teacher paid for it for me. One of my high school teachers, I was actually very close to her. We grew close because we really enjoyed reading the same books. I'm a very big reader. I love to read, and Jodi Picoult was like my favorite author and her favorite author, so we got close between that. And you know, she knew a lot about my past, and again, I was in foster care. She knew why, because my file was in her office, just like every other student had a file in her office. So she knew a lot about me. She wanted to make sure I was okay always. She was just a sweetheart. So the fact that she was willing to pay for me was amazing, and I only went twice. But I do want to
This is like part of what I was talking about before. When you're given so much support and all these resources and it feels like you're spitting in the faces of the people helping you and then you still beg for help time and time again. That's why you keep falling into the same patterns. No one's going to help you. You are literally the boy who cried wolf. You will keep saying, I want to change this. I want to be better, and then make no effort to actually be better when the help comes around.
Amber had to lose the weight this time just to save her from being in agony. But one reason why it was beginning to look highly unlikely that she would ever lose the weight was because of her victim mentality.
Sometimes I just ask why me? I walk, anywhere, Walmart, a movie theater, and I honestly am always the fattest person in the room, in the building, no matter where I am. And it's weird to me because why was I chosen to be this person?
It's not that you were chosen to be that person. You fell into using food to cope with your problems and then never decided to get any serious help for it. You thought you could manage it on your own, or that it was something that people should just accept that you're bigger. But there's a line, right? There is an absolute body acceptance movement, but there is a line of when you reach a point where there is no longer health to be had in that body, where you're only sending yourself down a deeper and darker path of hurting yourself. To be real, it turns into self-harm.
Why? Like, I ask myself that all the time, and,
So, Amber was using Weight Watchers, having paid for it herself this time. One of the problems Amber had in the past was getting bogged down in calories. She would start to count calories, get overwhelmed with all of the numbers, and then just eat what she wanted. Hopefully that wouldn't happen now. She was using the points system Weight Watchers incorporated into their program. It should have been a little easier for Amber to use. You get a certain number of points in a day and in a week. Don't go over those points. Simple. Even a complete moron could understand that. As well as getting bogged down in calories, Amber used to try and find excuses as to why her weight wasn't her fault.
She still
Silly
does.
reasons like blaming her scales. Thank God she wasn't doing that
She
anymore.
still does.
I had a starting weight, but the scale is all kinds of confused because our bathroom is so small. We had it in our bathroom and we banged it a few times, or maybe more than a few times, with the door. The scale's so confusing. I don't really know an accurate starting weight anymore, or even what weight I am.
Amber's scales read 422 pounds, but they could have been mistaken. 422 pounds though was the number Amber was going with, but reluctantly.
Why would the scale add pounds? I don't understand. Let's say your scale is broken. Usually doesn't it count less weight, not more weight?
And just like every time.
Because if your scale was counting more weight, you know how I know? Because when you would be at 0, it wouldn't say 0. Or the way you could really tell, okay, if it is reading 0, and you think it's not at 0, there's weight that's pressing onto it, whatever, put something that barely weighs anything onto it and see if it changes at all. If it doesn't change the weight, then you know. But she wouldn't do a test like that.
And before she started a new weight loss program, she had her fans believing she could do it. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. So not only was Amber starting to seem a little crazy for thinking she would ever lose weight, but her fans were also starting to look a little foolish as well. Yes, like many times before.
Yes, or Ducky Faces said, use a 5-pound dumbbell so you know exactly how much weight you're putting on the scale. And if it says minus whatever the fuck, you'll know exactly how much weight is being added to it. But she's not even attempting to fix the problem or find solutions to the problem. She just wants to play victim and complain.
For this, Amber was back to showing us her healthy food.
Literally delicious.
That looks
But
good.
by now, Amber showing off the healthy food and being proud of herself meant almost completely nothing, because she had done this so many times in the past, then would later confess to binging and eating terribly afterwards. So we weren't sure if, after she recorded her healthy food,
There was I missed it. Thank you, Moon Kitten.
she went to McDonald's and ordered the whole menu. She planned on doing weekly weigh-ins, and whether you were a fan or not, her most anticipated videos were her weigh-ins, so she was giving both her haters and her fans exactly what they wanted. Just like with every time Amber had tried to lose weight in the past, a bunch of reasons would pop up and derail Amber mentally from completing her weight loss goal. And she had her fair share of things to deal with this time too. For one, Wasabi was stressing Amber out by being very active when Amber and Destiny were trying to sleep. And when Wasabi...
I'm going to politely let you guys in on something as a cat owner if you don't know this. If you are interested in getting a cat, you've never owned a cat before, and you want to get a cat, but you're somebody that values not being bothered in your sleep, don't get a cat. Every single cat is like this. They all get the zoomies in the middle of the night. They will bite your toes. They will try to crawl under your blanket. They will try to snuggle up with you in bed. It depends on the cat, what they do, but it is a tried and true. I've had cats my whole life. They all get the zoomies when you go to bed. Something about you going to sleep stresses them out or gets them excited. I don't know which one it is. And they go nuts. They go berserk. Yes, like Moon Kitten said, it's worse when they're kittens. The younger they are, the worse it. I know Peach, when I first adopted Peach, she was about 9 months old. She's close to 3 now. Or I think she is 3 now. I think she literally is 3 now. Crazy. But she's like roughly 3 now, and I can tell you it has calmed down a lot. But when she was a baby, there was one time we woke up in the middle of the night. She literally jumped up on this desk, and there was a glass piece sitting here, and she had knocked it all the way off. And she was not the type to like knock things off, so she must have been like running around and did that. And from that moment, I learned I need to like baby proof my entire apartment for my cats at night because they just go crazy. But yeah, if you really like your sleep, like you don't want something to bother you, and you're someone who has like work and stuff, don't get a cat. Like on just a real note, because they cannot control themselves at night. And if you're gonna rehome a cat because it's bothering you in the middle of the night, then just don't get one to begin with. Cats are crepuscular. I didn't know that. Wait, are they? I didn't know that.
Wasabi wasn't annoying them. Wasabi was pooping blood. Amber had complained of previous pets pooping blood, so maybe it was just a coincidence that any pet Amber had pooped blood. Or maybe it was something Amber was doing. Many watching, as well as the vet Amber went to see, thought Wasabi could be pooping blood due to stress. But what did a cat have to be stressed about?
Authorities. Jesus Christ, I was like,
I'm gonna cry. I'm actually gonna cry. This part is gonna make me cry. Like, you guys know, I just love animals too much, and I just couldn't imagine, like, having an animal. Like, my babies depend on me for everything. There's an outside cat. Okay, so there was 2 outside cats for the longest. The one cat had a collar on it for a little bit, and now it doesn't anymore, and it just reappeared a couple nights ago, so I think we're back to 2 outside cats again, even though we were down to 1. But anyways, there's these 2 outside cats, been mostly 1 recently, and like even I see them as like babies that I have to take care of. Like, I can't turn away an animal who's hungry. I can't turn away an animal who needs help. If my animal was shitting blood, you would have me at, if there's a vet telling me they don't know what's going on, you would have me at every vet until they could tell me what the hell is going on. That I couldn't imagine. I love my baby so much. When I first adopted Milkshake, one of the biggest things that I was worried about was that eye problem she has. If you don't know, Milkshake is blind in one eye, and as she's gotten older, it's slowly progressed, and it used to be, I'm looking at it right now, she's the background on my PC. Her eye used to be totally like black with like a brown ring around it, and now it's almost white. Okay, so like I kind of got worried like that she might have to get her eye removed, and they did tell me there's a really good chance as she gets older she might have to get her eye removed if it starts causing her pain, because they don't really know why she's blind in that eye other than she was scratched, and they don't know if it's like cancer or something like that. But these are the things you have to learn. When you're a pet parent, you have to know all the little things. Like, if it's a potential that your pet might have to have X, Y, and Z done later, you need to know. You need to know every little thing about your pet. They're your child, okay? And if you think you can't afford shit, if you're worried about getting a pet and you think you can't afford veterinary care in the future, look into pet insurance before something happens. Pet insurance can be anywhere between like $10 to like $50 a month, depending on what type of care you get. And it's better to pay that than to get stuck with a $1,000 vet bill or thousands of dollar vet bill that you can't afford. Look into it before your pet has any pre-existing conditions. None of my pets, any of their shit would be covered because they were all pre-existing when I got them. So for me, it doesn't matter. But I just, look, love animals, take care of them. Don't adopt animals you don't have the money to afford an emergency vet bill for, and I stand on that.
No, baby, because the dog's back there.
Amber didn't seem to handle Wasabi with much care, and the constant shouting and screaming and high-pitched laughing couldn't have done Wasabi any favours either. Amber, of course, would never intentionally hurt or cause any distress to an animal, but perhaps she was doing it without even realising. Despite Amber now having a job, they were still struggling for money. However, Destiny still had her Loot Crate subscription.
Isn't it? A painted wooden figure of the Joker.
And they now had a Nature Box subscription for snacks, but those weren't cheap, so they should have been much better off with money than they were.
This, I feel like, is another habit I'm seeing of Amber, is getting these, like, dumb subscriptions to things that she doesn't need and can't afford. Oh, Sammy said, so said Louis limped for a few hours and I took him in, 600 vet bill later, and they told me it was a minor sprain. I would do it again without hesitation. Oh, I want to teach you guys about something else for your pets, just in case you don't know about this. Chewy has... There's a bug on my wall. Sorry, I saw a bug and I was like, no. I want to kill it, but I don't want to get up to kill it right now. So I'm just going to text him about it in a second. Anyways, if you guys don't know, Chewy, okay, not sponsored by Chewy or anything. Like, I just absolutely love Chewy as a company. If you don't know, 2 different programs I'll tell you about. One is if you pay, I think it's $50 annually, you can get, it's like 20% off all your like food that you get for your pets, 20% off like pharmacy stuff or whatever. You get like a bunch of discounts for this like annual program with Chewy. And in that, if you pay for that, you can do, there is a online vet with Chewy. So like, for example, let's say your dog gets like something that you need like antibiotics for, or something like minor that you know what it is, but you don't want to have to spend like $200 to take them into the vet just to get checked out. Chewy has an online vet that you can do for like $30 and get prescriptions. Like, for example, my cat had ear mites, which if you guys don't know what ear mites look like, if you look in your cat's ears, you should inspect your cat's ears every so often. If you look inside and you see like little black coffee ground looking things, usually that's ear mites. You can get a prescription for ear mite medication on Chewy. I've had to get antibiotics for my cats on there. I've had to get tapeworm medication for my cats on there. If you don't know how to identify tapeworms in cats, if you ever see little orange looking seeds coming out of your cat's bum, usually wherever they sit and frequent, that's tapeworms. You got to get tapeworm medicine. It's really easy to get rid of. But yeah, the Chewy vet is really nice. It's $30 to have them just prescribe you something, and then medication through Chewy is really affordable. If you cannot afford medication at your regular vet, look into seeing if you can get the same prescription on Chewy for a fraction of the price. I told my mom about this program and it like saved her life for being able to afford stuff for her dog.
But they just didn't use their money wisely. After all, when had Amber ever learned about being sensible with money? She used to get cash from Crystal's parents.
Wait, I need to kill this bug. It's crawling its way up the wall to a point that I'm not going to be able to reach it anymore, and it's stressing me out. Stressing me out. Bug is dead. Bug died. It was not a scary bug, so I could handle it. It was just one of those, like, I don't know how to explain it. It, like, crawls up the wall. They're called something. I forget. Plaster bagworms.
And when it ran out, she would get some more. Amber thought she got a lot of hate in the comments on her videos, And it was true, she was getting more than she first got when she first started out. But a couple of things happened that would cause her to really get some negative comments and more dislikes than she had ever had before. First of all, Amber did something which annoyed even her biggest supporters.
A joker and a midnight wiener stroker.
Chewy has artists that will take the picture on your profile and make a small portrait. It's completely random.
Wait, you swear? How do I get that? How do I get that? Oh my god. Wait, I need to change the pictures on my Chewy profiles then. Because oh my god, if they ever painted a profile picture of Pumpkin doing her, if anybody wanted to ever do anything of my cats, by the way, if you're an artist and you want to make something of my cats, if you made a picture of my cat doing a little blep, you would be my hero. Pumpkin, wherever she is right now, has like this perpetual blep thing going on where she's always like, she's just always got her tongue sticking out, and I have the funniest little photos of it, and it makes me so happy. And I really want a framed photo of her little blep on my wall.
That's called a long day at work. We're driving one of these.
Dude, Chewy sends me a birthday card for my cats every year. It is so fucking sweet. It makes me so... I love Chewy. Such a good company.
Wait, I'm gonna go this way. You wanna know
Yes, Amber decided it would be a good idea to act like she was in an episode of South Park. Amber didn't need to use the scooters. She may have been morbidly obese, but she could walk around the store just fine on her own. Those scooters were for people who genuinely needed them.
People who are in wheelchairs or handicapped in any sort of way should get the privilege and the opportunity to work in a workplace just like anybody else. I am not handicapped. I am not disabled.
I am not handicapped. I am not disabled.
Can someone play the I'm not disabled for her now?
Amber tried to justify doing this to her audience, and perhaps tried to justify it to herself.
You wanna know the funniest thing? At this Walmart, everybody and their mother uses this thing.
Did anybody else see the people in the background on their feet?
Like everybody. We see like skinny people, young people, old people, purple people, yellow people, carrot people. I just saw carrots, so I said that. Like everybody. I think it's because they have so many. Literally, they have 50. I've never seen a Walmart like this before. So we've had a long day. I'm wearing the wrong shoes, and my feet hurt, and so do hers, so.
I think she said literally at least twice in that, so I'm drinking.
People weren't buying it. It just came across as lazy, ignorant, and just not funny. And people were really not happy. That's called a long day at work. No, that's called being lazy. My husband is disabled, and every time we go to Walmart, there are only 5 carts, and none of them ever work. Really frustrating at times because he's not able to walk for long. How embarrassing to ride around on a cart.
Dude, bringing this back to like personal experience. So 2 people I've had in my life who were disabled. When I talked about my great-gram yesterday, my great-grandma who passed away a couple years ago, it's actually been like, I think 5 years now, but when she was still alive, she was paralyzed in half her body, so she was on one of those like little motorized wheelchairs. First off, learning how to put a wheelchair into... My great-grandparents had one of those vans. I had to learn to hook up a wheelchair into those little buckles in the... If you've ever seen them, you know what I'm talking about. You might not know. There's like these wheelchair vans. The entire middle part is empty and like ready for a wheelchair. And you would have to like buckle in the chair to these like little... It was like a seatbelt, but like little things that go around the wheels just to make sure it doesn't move in the car while the car is moving. And then on top of that, one of the biggest problems that I would experience, like going with my great-grandma, and the other person I knew who was disabled was my mom's best friend has a daughter who has some sort of condition that she's been to every single like pediatric specialist. They have no clue what it is. They think it's something... some sort of a form of potentially cerebral palsy, but she's like 5 years old and looks like she's a baby, like literally like an infant. She has a younger sister who looks like she's older than her. It's like they don't know what's wrong, but she has like a feeding tube, etc. So she's just in a wheelchair. I don't really know what it is. It's like something, it's like a baby thing that you take her in. Anyways, the biggest thing that I'd say is most places are like already not accessible for people with disabilities, people with wheelchairs, etc. So when you do find a place that offers these things and has these what do I call it? Has these resources for people who need it, for you to be taking advantage of it when you don't need it is extremely
and a midnight
irresponsible to me.
Human to human.
Human to human. Yeah, we will absolutely get that music video. I should have time to do it for you guys this week, but I'll keep you posted on when it'll be uploaded. I just have to edit it out. But yeah, I just couldn't imagine taking advantage of already such limited availability of resources for people that need it. Most places are not wheelchair accessible, if you did not know that. Most places are not, or if they do, it's like limited. They'll be like one wheelchair ramp and you have to go through some side entrance that nobody else enters in. It's just, it makes you feel like a burden sometimes. Like, not saying that like disabled people should ever feel like that, but I feel like they're made to feel like that when everything has to be like a different way. Like, places should just have ramps that people in wheelchairs should be able to get up. Places should have availability of these scooters that if people who need them should be able to ride them. But the problem is that's not how the world works. So when people like Amber take advantage of that, it really pisses me off because there are people who truly need it and she doesn't give a fuck. Sammy said, and they'll act inconvenienced when you need accommodations. Exactly. Yeah. The way people act, they treat you like you're a burden. It bothers me. But I will speak up for people who are disabled in wheelchairs, etc., because I can understand what it feels like to be them and not be able to just get the things that everybody else gets, you know, just in regular life.
Haha, so funny you riding on them scooters. P.S. Will you send me your underpants? Don't worry about washing them. The majority of people who saw Amber on the scooter in the store probably thought she needed to use the scooter because of her size, but we knew she didn't. She was just being lazy, and if she was desperate to lose weight like she told us, riding around on a scooter wasn't going to do her any favours. I'm not sure why some people think it's funny to use a scooter they don't need, but I suppose it's not the worst thing I've seen on a scooter. If Amber thought
I thought that was foodie. I don't know why I thought that was foodie.
she was getting some negative attention because of the scooter incident, well, she hadn't seen anything yet.
Jesus Christ is my
I didn't know that happened!
Destiny used the N-word in a video. No one who watched it actually thought this meant Destiny was a racist. She just got overexcited and for some reason thought it would be funny to say on camera. Just that classic Destiny humour. But the thing that got people the most annoyed was the fact that Amber had to watch the video back, upload it to YouTube, and keep that part in.
And Amber left that in and laughed?
Upset her fans, and Amber felt awful. Amber used the classic "I can't be racist, I have black family members." But the damage was already done, and she lost many of her fans who had stuck by her through everything so far.
This is like when Gigi got caught for literally saying it and then went on to go to like a Buc-ee's or whatever it was and take a photo with every single black person that would accept taking a photo with her and was like, "Here guys, I'm not racist."
Again, many didn't feel as if this meant Amber herself was racist. It just showed a lack of awareness, immaturity, and ignorance. Amber had to deal with people hating her. It couldn't have been easy, even though she was bringing the hate on herself. And as if that wasn't bad enough, poor Amber would also have to deal with the worst thing to happen to her or anyone ever in the history of ever.
I just got done crying. I stabbed myself. And I've never, like, I get little cuts or whatever, but I was opening an avocado. You guys know that stupid circle that's in an avocado.
It's the seed.
I don't know what I did, but
the pit?
Somehow I went.
That's not the knife.
No, it's not. I literally stabbed myself and I was gushing blood. Like, I can't even explain it. Like,
I think there was like 3 literallys in there.
And I started crying and freaking out. I had a puddle of blood.
She did. It was full. Like, it was bleeding pretty bad.
Like, I've never in my life done it.
Because it's freshly stabbed wound. It's not gonna be.
I have literally skin coming out of me. What is that?
Yes, Amberlynn, the girl now responsible for taking care of elderly people, stabbed herself with a knife. And it was clearly the worst thing ever. Or at least that's how Amber was acting. The cut looked more than a paper cut, but still not bad enough to be acting like Amber was acting. One of the things that didn't do her any favors.
It is soju. Okay. Never drank soju before this, as far as I know. I've had sake, I think is how you say it. On our anniversary, when we went to Korean barbecue, I didn't even mention this. So weird thing happened. Like, maybe 20 minutes into us eating, all of a sudden, our table got barraged with flies. Like, they just kept coming. And they were, like, landing on, like, the meat that we hadn't cooked yet, and we were getting really stressed out. And I was like, please. I, like, said to, like, S1K, I was like, please do something about the flies. I'm getting really stressed. And so he asked the waiter, like, if they could do something about it. Like, I don't know what we expected, but they were like, oh my god, yes. And they moved us to like another table, but it was like a whole awkward thing because like I felt bad making them move because all of our meats and stuff were like already ready to like get cooked or whatever. So they were so nice. They moved us to like this like really bigger table in low-key a nicer area with this booth and everything. And then they gave us free soju.
A joker and a midnight wiener stroker.
I can't buy General Glizzy membership, so just take my money this way, lol. Purple heart emoji, purple heart emoji, purple heart emoji, purple heart emoji. Gregory Time Beaches hoa 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 hoa.
Yo, I don't know what's going on, but you are actually not the only person that's told me that this month. A couple of people have said that they've had trouble upgrading their membership, whether it's to Little Smokies or Glizzy General or even just Hot Dog Gang. I'm gonna check on like my AdSense thing and see if there's anything going on, or my Streamlabs and see if there's anything I need to fix. I don't know why it's not working. I apologize for that, but thank you so much. I appreciate the extra long hoa hoa and the 50. You know, you never have to do that, but I do appreciate, and I will let you guys know. Probably when I get moved into the new apartment, I will finally be opening up that tier that will be like me sending you guys a gift for it type of tier. But I won't say what it is until I've sent out the last 2 keychains that have been continuously giving me a problem. But otherwise, once I have those sent out, that's when I'll be opening up the tier. But it should be right when I get moved into the new place. And around the same time, I will be opening up my P.O. box. I know you guys have asked for that since this channel started, so P.O. box will be coming. And I hopefully, if we get anything in the P.O. box, I'll like to do like a monthly unboxing video, even if it's just like random art, letters you guys send me. That would be something I'd love to do. So I should be opening that up once I get moved as well. Amanda said a higher tier. I can't fucking wait. Yeah, it'll be the tier that is like, I don't know if it'll be like a painting. I'm thinking maybe crochet. There's a couple options I have in my head, so I won't say what it is until I'm 100% sure what I'm doing.
With fans was exactly this. Amber would act like the worst thing in the world had happened to her, when in reality, it was fine. Here, she caught herself with a knife. It bled for a while, then stopped. She didn't chop off a finger. She didn't hit a major artery. She cut herself, it bled, and stopped. And although Amber was acting like it was a life-threatening injury, she couldn't have thought it was that bad.
My life done something like
we have to go to Walmart and get her some
but I need to
gauze
eat first.
and hand rub it.
Like,
she wants to eat first.
Yes, before Amber saw to this life-threatening injury, she had to eat first. Amber, after eating of course, headed out in the car to get the cutscene too. And even though little time had passed, Amber was still acting over the top.
Destiny went into Walmart, even though we were just at Walmart. That's where I got the freaking avocado that ruined my life. And I'm sitting here with my hand on a towel. It hurts so bad. She went in there to get like stuff to wrap my hand in. I don't know.
This is so dramatic for like a cut that's not even that deep. If this was a cut that like you could see was a problem, okay, bet. That was such a minor cut to be this pressed about.
Surprise, motherfucker. Don't act like you didn't hold a hot dog to my head and told me to be a glizzy General Pookie. Crying face emoji. Crying
That's
face
not
emoji.
me. You guys have to understand, that's my evil twin Hey Hooted showing up in your dreams with the hot dog to your head. There's nothing I can do about my evil twin Hey Hooted. She's unstoppable. But thank you, Alexis. Love you, Pookie.
It's not looking good. I don't know, like I keep saying, I don't know if I should go to the hospital. I don't know if they'd give me stitches, because literally it is so deep. When I open it, I see things that I don't want to see. It is absolutely disgusting.
What are you seeing, Amber? What are you seeing? And I know, I'm about to take a drink. I'm just laughing. What are you seeing in your hand, Amber?
I have never done something like this before. I'm a very, very careful person. So when that happened, I was in such shock that I didn't even know what to do. And when I realized what was happening and blood was gushing everywhere, I started crying so hard. Like, so hard. And I'm really actually scared. Like, my fingers kind of hurt a little bit with it. And, like, there's, like, numbness a little. I'm just...
This bitch just needs some Neosporin and a Band-Aid and is like, this is the worst thing that's ever happened to me, bro. Have you ever seen the type of cut that needs stitches before? Random story. I remember when I was in college, me and my friends were all really drunk. I was in like a really big friend group in college, and a bunch of like our guy friends had all got this big house together, and we'd all go over there and like drink on the weekends if there wasn't any parties we wanted to go to, right? And this one particular weekend, my best friend at the time had just gotten a skateboard, and she's like, I'm gonna go outside and I'm gonna skate. And I was like, bitch, you don't know how to skateboard, but go ahead. You got that. And we're all drunk. 20 minutes later, she comes inside and her head is gushing blood. She face planted outside going down some hill, and her entire eyebrow from like here to here, like right above her eyelid, was like gashed open. That shit looked gnarly. And we had to all take her to the hospital. She had to get stitches. I called her mom because she was like my best friend at the time, so like I had her mom's number. I called her mom to let her know what was going on. And her mom asked me, she's like, can you please just stay with her the whole time at the hospital? So I had to sit there drunk as fuck in the ER watching this bitch get fucking stitched up in her face. And bro, that was the scariest thing I've ever seen. It was like a Saw movie happening right in front of me. Like, if you've never seen somebody getting stitched, it's scary. But I get what she's saying in the fact, oh, when you look at a cut that deep, but we saw the cut, it's not that deep. It was not a cut you need stitches for. This was, she nicked her hand, and she's like, yep, it's the end of the world. It's crazy.
Just hoping that one.
Wait, Sammy said my husband actually cut his hand cooking and needed 10 stitches. This was nothing. Dude, 10 stitches is crazy. I think it was like 4 or 5 get done, and I was actually like wincing in the corner. I was just like, ow, every time she got one in. It was so bad to watch. If you ever have to watch somebody get stitches, just close your eyes. So scary. We got Alexis Ghost Raven with the 499 who said, my biggest ALR conspiracy is that she is addicted to being a victim just as much as she's addicted to food. And that I agree with. That I actually agree with, because I feel like in a lot of the scenarios that she gets into with like previous stuff, even now, if she doesn't have a story that's either making her the victim or is about like her weight, etc., she's not telling it. All of her stories are sad. All of her stories are like, oh, this bad thing happened to me. She's never like, oh, a really good thing happened. Like, I promise you guys, I tell you everything that goes on. If I have a bad thing happen in my day, if I have a good thing happen in my day, usually the start of my stream is me telling you about my day. I get oversharing. But she overshares every bad thing, and you never hear a positive thing ever come out of her mouth.
Once I wrap this up, it just naturally heals because the human body does heal pretty freaking quickly. I'm wishing for the best. I'm wishing for the best. So I ended up coming to the hospital.
Amber ended up at the hospital and got 2 stitches in her hand. And while she was at the hospital, Amber got what she desperately needed. A wake-up call.
I was cutting an avocado. I was trying to get the seed out. I kind of feel like I blocked most of this out of my mind because I don't remember what really happened. I'm terrified. To get the tetanus shot, the lady had to stand there for like 5 minutes. I was like one of those stupid people who are like, wait a minute, no, don't do it. A student who did it, and they had to put this long, skinny, it was skinny, but it was a long needle inside of the wound. We started talking more when she like had the needle, and I was really scared. Like I had tears in my eyes, and I was really nervous. Destiny was holding my hand. She was supportive the whole time. The student doctor person was really patient with me. I happened to ask her, I was like, have you ever had this done before? And she's like, not
a shot? A shot? Why are you upset over a shot? Like, I understand there are certain people who as adults still can't handle getting shots. Like there are people who can't take pills or etc. Like different medical things. But I'm like, in the grand scheme of things, if this is the worst it gets, why are you complaining? Sammy said so, give this woman a Purple Heart.
That exactly, but I get needles put into my back every month. And I was like, why? You know, because I'm a nosy bitch. And she said because she has leukemia. When she said that, I had tears in my eyes, even more. And it kind of just like snapped me into this like trance where I was like, I am being such a baby. Of course this is gonna hurt. I mean, a needle is gonna be going inside of the wound that's already hurting, and this burning stuff is gonna be put into my hand, but it was to numb it. I tried not to be scared anymore.
Surprise, there's no way you're still sympathy
My biggest
baiting.
ALR conspiracy is that she is addicted to being a victim just as much as she's addicted to food.
Still true. I don't know why I didn't read out before, but the fact that she's still sympathy baiting while sitting there saying that somebody who has leukemia told her, like, was trying to help her and be nice and be like, it's okay, like, I have to get needles in my back, etc. Like, and you're still sitting there trying to trauma dump is actually so sick work.
More because I thought of her and I was like, this girl is standing here with cancer, helping other, you know, people try to better themselves, and I'm getting a freaking stitch. Like cancer stitches, there's a big difference. This girl was an inspiration to me, and I said, you know what, go for it, just do it. So after about 20 minutes of her standing there with the needle in her hand and me freaking out, she finally went for it.
Meeting the woman with cancer must have been a big shock to Amber, and it seemed to have an effect on her. There was no screaming, no laughing manically, and there was no silly put on accent, no acting up to the camera. She spoke calmly, softly, and more importantly, with self-awareness. It's just a shame it took this situation for Amber to be a real person and not some caricature of herself.
Dude, and that's such a good point. The D-Rock said this girl and she's a student doctor. And even when I'm like listening to this, the way that Amber's telling it, it's hard for me to even picture it being like somebody who's studying to be a doctor, because she's so downplaying it as just like this random girl, this random girl, this girl, this girl. No, she's the person that's supposed to be helping you while you're complaining about this traumatic story. Yeah, it's just the way she's very disrespectful toward all the people in her life that help her, but very much so towards medical professionals, I've noticed. And I see it. When you guys point that out, I peep it too. Oh, play? Hello?
Amber was not good at dealing with anything in her life that didn't go perfectly. She turned to food as a young girl when things went wrong, and she was still doing it now.
So literally we've done nothing today.
We went to McDonald's.
Okay, that's it.
And that's it. That's the only place we've been today besides here in this bed.
And
it didn't feel like Amber was going to tell us about going to McDonald's, and when Destiny told us, Amber clearly wanted Destiny to stop talking quickly. So much for being honest with her fans. And even though she was now on Weight Watchers and using the point system, which was meant to make things easier, Amber was still struggling to stick to it. Even though she was paying for Weight Watchers, Amber started to not track her food every now and again, and was just eating what she wanted. Even when it was costing her money that she had...
That's literally the same pattern that she's in currently. Oh, there was a literally, I didn't even peep. That's the same pattern that she's currently in. I don't know if she's posted a TikTok since we last talked about like Amber going missing or whatever, but the last TikTok that we saw of her, which should be like 10 days ago now, was her saying that she was going to be dropping off the internet for a little bit, or not like dropping off, but she was going to stop logging everything that she ate every single day. And the whole purpose of her doing the showing people what she's eating has been to be accountable for what she's eating. So if she's not logging it every day anymore, that's just her way of saying she no longer feels the need to be accountable for what she's intaking in her body. She can't take criticism. If we're sitting here saying, no, Amber, your calories aren't the amount that you're saying they are, because I counted them up, and she was saying that she was doing 2,000 calories a day. We sat here on multiple different streams, counted up the calories, and there was not a single day that it was closer to 2,000 than it was to 3,000. And I'm not saying that, okay, if she's at 3,000 calories, whatever, like that's still a deficit from where she was at, but she needs to be realistic about the diet she's on if she keeps wanting to promote this weight loss content. Because what's bullshit is telling people that you're doing better than what you're doing, and then when you're not seeing results, if people are trying to be, like, you know what I'm saying? She's like misleading other people into thinking, oh yeah, you're gonna get results doing X, Y, and Z, which she's not even doing. But, hey, time to drink.
To earn herself now, she still couldn't stick to a plan. And, of course, this meant that her latest Weight Watchers journey was not going well.
The scale is right here. I'm not going to show you guys. I'm literally just wearing a shirt. I have no underwear on or pants on right now.
Another
TMI, I know. Okay, here we go. Yep, that was definitely a bad weigh-in, which makes sense.
You barely stepped on it.
I'm going to step on it again.
You don't step on the scale and immediately walk off. If you want to get your weight, you gotta like hold it there for a second.
I always do it twice just to see if I get the same read. And I do, and my scale.
And you're holding the wall. Wait a minute, okay. If I went to weigh myself and went on my chair, would I get an accurate weight? Fuck no. If I went to weigh myself and I went on the wall, would I get an accurate weight? Fuck no. Why does she think we're stupid? Does she think that any other person on a weight loss journey can't see what's happening here?
Works perfectly. I freaking love this scale. I'll show you guys it in a minute. Yep, not good, but this is the scale. It's pink.
I'm crashing out. That was the fakest weigh-in I've ever seen.
And on it says, yes, I can. I don't know.
Amber loved her scales, but I found an even better set of scales for Amber to use.
Tell him.
By now, we all understood that most of the drama Amber had to deal with was due to her own doing. But not everything was because of Amber. Sometimes things in life just happen that you have no control over.
How are you feeling? Alright. Well, I hope everything's okay. I'm worried about you. I love you. I love you.
Barely Functional said pretty sure she only put one foot on it too. That's why I kept, in both my examples, I put one foot up, because you could tell she's leaning.
Someone's gotten tired. Oh, sorry.
Yes, Destiny was in the hospital due to chest pains. Poor Amber could only think of her beloved Destiny.
Her mom thinks it could be stress. I honestly can agree with that, because when I used to have panic attacks, I would get the worst chest pain in the world, and I swear I thought I was having a heart attack.
Sorry, Amber could only think of her beloved Destiny and herself. This must have been really scary for Destiny, and of course Amber. Initially, they were worried there could be a problem with Destiny's heart. But how could that be?
The first plate I had pizza, waffle fries, macaroni and cheese. The second plate I had bananas with strawberry glaze and cucumber slices.
Lots of cucumber slices.
And then I had a few rolls, and then another just half one just now. For dessert I had chocolate cupcake, a coconut cake cupcake.
They weren't.
This goes back to what I was saying earlier about how when people were talking, when Snowflake was talking about like the patterns that Amber was on with her eating, I said that Destiny, because Snowflake pointed out, he was like, oh yeah, well, like, Destiny didn't seem to care. It's not that she didn't seem to care. Destiny was on the same patterns. It's so obvious that Destiny didn't care about Amber's weight loss because she wanted to gain weight with Amber. Like, she didn't care. She wanted to be unhealthy too.
Sure exactly what was wrong at this stage, but they did discover that Destiny's blood pressure was far too high. But how could this be?
The first plate, I had pizza, waffle fries.
Something felt off with Amber filming Destiny. Filming someone in a hospital bed who may have had something really wrong with them just didn't feel right. I mean, who would film someone in such a vulnerable state?
I was planning on showing you guys footage of my grandfather actually having the heart attack.
It makes sense in a strange way. Looking through a screen makes it look less real. Detaches you from reality almost. So maybe that's why Amber was filming her girlfriend, who she thought might die. But it wasn't. We knew she was filming it for the views. If it was Crystal being filmed, it would have seemed even worse, but Destiny didn't seem to mind the camera, filming her as she lay in hospital, while worrying about her own health. Amber was, of course, very upset as well.
The doctor thinks that it might be a blood clot in her lung. She wasn't hesitant to say that. You died from that, so... Destiny has to get a dimer test, and if it's elevated, then she has to get a CAT scan, so... I just can't believe... Like, the doctor said that what Destiny is describing exactly is what a blood clot is, and... I'm, like, terrified.
Again,
I get... This is actually killing me right now. This is actually killing me right now because it's once again her like putting on that fake like she wants to cry, but she's not even crying. She doesn't even actually come across as seriously upset. She's more upset about the tests that she's gonna have to take than the actual situation at hand.
Something felt off. Amber was crying at what it could be, a heart attack, a blood clot, but before she had time to process the news and be upset, she had to first get her phone out and start recording.
Of course.
Surely this type of behaviour couldn't have been good for her. Could it? No, absolutely not. You act different when there's a camera in your face, especially when you know thousands of people may be watching. So rather than Amber deal with this in her own mind first, before she even had time to think about it, she was recording on her phone, and perhaps not acting in a way that she normally would without the camera. Filming yourself going to...
Also, Alexis points out such a good point. A doctor wouldn't diagnose without tests, lol. You know the doctor said there are possibilities including a blood clot or cardiac event. And on top of that, no doctor is going to sit there and be like, you know, you could lose your life from this. They're not going to put that into your head unless you're like at a point where you're close to losing your life from something and you need to make a serious change, etc. This is such bullshit that she's spewing to the audience to try to victim bait for the millionth time, and it's honestly pathetic. The more and more I see of it, I get like, how do I explain? When Amber first joined the LCU, I knew why people were upset at her. I knew she wasn't a good person, but I didn't know the extent of what it was, and I didn't know why people seemed to be so frustrated, so over it. But the more I watch of these Snowflake documentaries, the more I understand. The more I'm at the same point with it as you guys are. And I wish, bro, I could confront that bitch to her face again. I really would. With all the knowledge that I have now, I don't think she'd do it. But if I could confront that bitch to her face again, I'd love to hear what she's got to say. We also got, it's obviously Danny with the hot dog gang for 2 months who said, love you, and you know I love you more, my wife.
Target or a buffet was one thing, but filming Destiny in a hospital bed, and then filming yourself being upset about it, left a sour taste in the mouth for many. But of course, Amber needed those views, so it was unlikely she was ever going to stop this type of behaviour. Plus, Amber didn't seem to think there was anything wrong with it. Even though Amber was worried Destiny may be dying, rather than just be with her girlfriend, just the two of them, looking her in the eye, Amber was with her, knowing thousands would be watching, and rather than look her in the eye, would instead look at her through her phone. Amber was worried, really worried. What if Destiny did die and she would be all alone? What would she do then? Well, thankfully for Amber, she didn't have to worry because it turned out to be just acid reflux. Not pleasant, of course, but not as serious as a heart attack or a blood clot. So, yes, just acid reflux. But how could this have happened?
The first plate, I had pizza, waffle fries.
Well, at least now Amber didn't have to worry, although it must have been a huge scare. Amber was initially worried there could be something wrong with Destiny's heart, and thinking her girlfriend had a problem with her heart. Her girlfriend, who was nowhere near as overweight as she was, well, it must have really scared Amber into finally taking her weight loss journey seriously.
Then my girlfriend was having really bad chest pains, and she said she couldn't breathe. It felt like someone was sitting on her chest. That's scary. That's not something you need to mess with. So we decided to go to the emergency room, and we were there for about 8-9 hours. We didn't drink, lick, eat anything, and I was aggravated the whole time. I was so worried for her. They were running so many tests. The doctor said that they think she had a blood clot in her lung. So turns out she didn't, which I'm grateful for. But while we thought that was the case, I was freaking out. So when we left the hospital, I was starving. I was annoyed. We were there forever, but yet I was grateful she did not have a blood clot. Just FYI. So we decided to go to McDonald's. I just ordered the whole menu. I'm gonna say I give myself props for even logging all of that. I could have done better. This is where it gets bad. I feel like I was really triggered that day, Wednesday, from eating at Ryan's and then McDonald's because...
Sorry, I didn't mean to be muted there. But it's like, what I was saying was, it always goes back to her. Like, literally, it's a situation that has nothing to do with her. And she's like, yeah, it could have been a blood clot, could have been this, but I'm the victim because I was starving. I needed to eat.
The next day, I binged. I ate 64, all of my daily points, and I actually went in the negatives on my weekly. I was at negative 45. I was binging on ice cream. I was binging on chips. I just couldn't stop. September 11th and 12th, I couldn't gain control at all. I ate everything that was in my face. I logged every single bit of it. I am actually shocked that I even logged because when I am in this zone of binging, I don't care. I will not log. I will not track. I will not care. But I did anyways because I needed to see the damage I did. I don't know if the accuracy is totally 100%, but I tried my hardest. So overall, at the end of the week, I only succeeded 3 out of 7 days. That's not that great, obviously. I went over my weekly points into a negative 144.
Even though Destiny had acid reflux rather than something more serious, she still must have been feeling pretty terrible. And since it was Destiny who was feeling ill, it was good of Amber to not steal any of Destiny's thunder.
Anyways, I woke up with like the worst heartburn in the world, but it's like in my top abdomen. Ugh. I was diagnosed with acid reflux when I was like 18, I think. It used to be really bad. Like I would have heartburn every single day, like all day long. But I stopped having heartburn for quite some time. I think it was probably because I was losing a lot of weight. But lately I've been getting a lot of heartburn. I don't know if it's like the stress from work and constantly bending and like moving and walking like super fast and just all the things I have to do, picking up heavy stuff and helping people.
Wait, I didn't even peep it. Acid reflux. Y'all got me crying.
Destiny's doctor told her she needed to clean up her diet and lose some weight in order to get her...
Actually, know what? Before we continue on this, because I'm seeing there's like 15-ish minutes left of this, and you know I gotta pause and talk like every 2 minutes. I'm gonna quickly go run and use the bathroom because I finished almost this entire Alani. Excuse me. I drank whatever was left of this and a good amount of this soju. So I'm just going to go run and use the bathroom really quickly before we continue this off because I see it's about to like kind of switch into a different era. So give me like 2 minutes. I'm going to put on our favorite stalling song and I'll be right back. God damn it. Sign language again. Sign language again. I literally hit the unmute this time. This is the fucking second time I hit the unmute and it didn't unmute. And I'm realizing now I have to double click it for some reason. It's pissing me off. Anyways, I was saying, welcome back. Thank you to you guys who have waited. If you have not yet hit the like on this stream, please do so. It does help out this channel so much if you do. And if you guys have not yet checked out the shorts on this channel, huge shout out to our shorts artist, Tom. He is killing it. Please do go check out the shorts. Leave a like, leave a comment on them. And if you want to leave a comment on this video to let me know which one is your favorite short so far, that would be really greatly appreciated. Shraza said, happy to read your body language. Yeah, if some of you guys might have just heard the entire speech twice, if you can read lips.
Acid reflux under control. However, Destiny's weight gain wasn't her fault.
3 years ago, I took birth control, and yeah, I gained weight from it, and I just haven't, it's just added on since. Yeah, she hasn't been able to get it off, and maybe we can help each other. I want to go to the gym, but doesn't want to. Because she's been having really bad breathing problems. I don't think it's okay to push yourself like that inside of a gym until the doctor tells her otherwise.
Destiny and Amber as a couple now made even more sense. They were both good at finding excuses as to why their weight wasn't their fault. Amber, a couple of hours before going to McDonald's and ordering the entire menu, was concerned Destiny had a problem with her heart. But if a health scare with her girlfriend wasn't a big enough shock to finally start to look after herself, then what was? As much as cutting herself and seeing Destiny in the hospital wasn't good for Amber, it was most definitely good for her views. She had some drama to vlog, and when she wasn't finding some mini drama, she was stuck for ideas.
Can I just say the fact that that is drama for her to vlog, like, tells you how easy it is for Amber to get views compared to, like, most people on YouTube. She complains so much when she has it so easy in comparison to most small creators on YouTube.
She now started to eat food on camera and review it. One particular video, she and Destiny reviewed a snack box. They weren't getting sponsored by them, but they were clearly hoping if they did enough reviews, eventually they would get sponsored. How desperate do you have to be to review a product in the hope they would sponsor you in the future? Hello everyone, Mr. Snowflake here, and today I'm going to be reviewing money.
From a cow.
Money is good.
They don't tell you the price that you pay.
Drama, Amber would struggle to know what to film, and it was obvious.
Destiny likes to color, but so do I, so I like how we're like in that way. And I remember she'd color on FaceTime, and I'm gonna show you the picture when we'd FaceTime together. You did that while living here, right? I don't remember.
Yeah, I did.
Wow, back to showing coloring
she did
again!
That while we were FaceTiming? I think so.
It is, Michael.
Oh, yeah.
I had it the first time.
Oh, that's not done yet?
Oh, look at the fish.
Oh. That's the first one she did while we were FaceTiming.
But whenever Amber was struggling for ideas, she could always go back to what the channel was created for in the first place. Amber trying to lose weight.
Oh, and by the way, Weight Watchers really is helping. I weighed myself today, and I'm down quite a bit, which is pretty nice. I wasn't expecting to be down that much.
Amazingly, after not doing the right things, Amber had lost weight. Or had she? Because Amber used to show us the scales when she weighed in. Not every time, but a lot of the time. However, recently, with her weigh-ins, she hadn't been showing us the scales at all. Maybe
she didn't
just
lose
couldn't be bothered to film them, or maybe she was lying. Amber told us she was actually binging more than ever while on Weight Watchers, so she wasn't sure if she was going to continue to do it in the future. However, for now, she was sticking with it. It had now been a few months since Amber started at her job, and her feet were still hurting her. She had tried wearing a comfier pair of shoes, but remarkably, that didn't help. She just needed time to actually get used to moving, and she needed to lose some weight, which she was doing, apparently. And her boss, for some reason, wanted Amber to do some more training to get a promotion and have more responsibility. I mean, what could go wrong?
I stabbed myself.
Everything can go wrong when it's Amber. Let's be so
In the first
real.
couple of months of her relationship with Destiny, Amber couldn't have been happier. But it was now starting to seem like perhaps the honeymoon period was over. Or perhaps the image Amber tried to portray early on was starting to slip away, and the real Amber was coming out more and more.
Okay, look at what I did. I literally... Destiny, I'm vlogging! I feel like I was made to vlog. Like, I absolutely love vlogging. I love doing YouTube. Hold on, the lighting in here is horrendous, and Destiny has freaking trash over there. What? I can't hear you, so wait until you come out here. I can't hear you, so wait until you come out here. She screams at me from the freaking bathroom like I can hear her. For some reason, I'm craving chicken.
Now, with a few months of work under her belt and a few paychecks, you'd think they would be doing better for money.
Yo, that is so true. Alexis said she treated Destiny like a child, which is part of why I was saying it was making me really uncomfortable seeing those moments of like Destiny trying to be like sexual with Amber, because first off, Destiny just looks really young. Obviously she's not, but it's because she looks really young, and it's the way that Amber treats her that it makes me really uncomfortable seeing the sexual conversations they have with each other, because it feels strange. Like the relationship they have, it just doesn't feel right.
It's a Nintendo, Super Nintendo, and like 9 games. She's trying to sell it. I'm hoping she does.
When Amber first started her job, she absolutely loved it. She loved the residents. She loved the compliments. She loved earning her own money. But what about now?
Anyways, we have to go to work. I really just don't want to. I work every single day now. I'm an exhausted person.
Yes, the novelty of working was quickly wearing off. In reality, something Amber didn't have to deal with often, was kicking in. Amber, having shown glimpses of a rational, self-aware person, well, that's all it was. Most of the time, she was her normal screaming self, which not only irritated fans, but was starting to irritate someone else.
That's ridiculous. Why? Okay.
Why are you like laughing every time we start?
Why? That's so funny.
And it wasn't just Destiny and the fans who were getting sick of Amber.
When I get... Well, hello, my friend. How are you? Ow. Oh? Wasabi?
Get her, Wasabi. Get her.
Mama's shirt and Mama's hair is not a toy.
Thankfully, Wasabi was done pooping blood, but it was important to not stress Wasabi out. After Destiny was done scaring the cat, she had some good news to tell us. Her mother was pregnant. Sadly, though, the good news didn't last very long.
So Destiny has something to tell you guys.
My mom miscarried today. She's in the emergency room still. She was only like not even a month pregnant, so it's not like she has to get surgery or anything.
How are you telling this so casually with like a light smile on your face? This is sick work. You're actually sick. The Destiny is a sick fucking person too. Can we be real? Destiny should be studied just as much as Amber, in my opinion.
She's just bleeding a lot and cramping.
But to me, that's like she lost a child.
Yeah.
In my opinion, I feel like when girls miscarry, that means they have lost a child.
Yeah.
Yes, unfortunately, her mother lost the baby. Destiny seemed to take the news as well as anyone could. And once again, when talking about something serious and horrific, Amber showed that glimpse of a genuine person. No play acting to the camera. But again, it was just a glimpse, reserved for these serious issues. Her hand now was at least feeling better, and she was able to get her stitches removed.
Come on. I'm about to get my stitches taken out. Did you clean it?
Yes, I cleaned it. You just watched me.
I'm so scared.
2 stitches.
Literally, you just took that out of me. What is... Whoa.
There we go.
That was the coolest thing I've ever seen, I feel like.
Amber was still feeling the pressure from uploading that video where Destiny said the N-word, so she felt she needed to clarify something.
Okay, just to clarify, we are not racist. We love everybody of color. Can you please clarify so people don't get mad at that? I will tell you right now, I have Mexicans in my family, I have black people in my family, I have like a dated,
So why would
like,
you
out of my
upload
race.
that?
Like, I'm really not racist, so I want you guys to know. Why did you just so many Asian? Oh my bad.
Amber had been struggling with Weight Watchers initially,
I
but
literally
what about
can't.
now?
I did really good on Sunday, the first day, but then at nighttime after work, I get really, really hungry, and sometimes I just can't control myself. We went to Taco Bell, a salad, but I also got a burrito, and I wrote down that next time I should just get one or the other instead of both, because
No!
I wanted to go a full 5 days with no soda, only drinking soda on Saturday and Sunday. By the way, I wanted to do the no soda for like a full week, but Destiny's like, how about we have soda on the weekends? And I'm like, oh my Lantis. So I actually succeeded in that. I didn't have soda for the full 5 days, so that's super exciting. But the downfall is I sucked the whole week. I didn't care what I ate. I didn't care how much I ate. I just ate. I didn't even try to be intuitive. I didn't log nothing or anything. I officially canceled my Weight Watchers and I signed up for my FitnessPal. In the past, my FitnessPal works extremely well, so I have high hopes for this. It's such a big community of great Last week I was 417.
How can you say in the past X, Y, and Z worked when clearly you're still big? If anything in the past had worked, you would not be big.
0.8. Today I weighed in at 420.4, so that's a gain of 2.6. At least I didn't gain everything back, right? I mean, it is pretty upsetting that I gained weight, but it's to be expected because like I told you guys, I literally was horrible this week. Absolutely horrible. I'm here to admit it. Things happen. Frap happened.
So not only had Amber put on weight, but she had officially quit her Weight Watchers journey. We all knew it was coming. It was interesting though to see Amber tell us how she had actually completed a no drinking soda challenge for 5 days. It's almost like she needed a little win before admitting to herself that she failed. It was also interesting that she had not mentioned the no drinking soda challenge in any previous vlog. So did she actually drink no soda, or was this just what she needed in order to deal with failing? Weight Watchers was causing her to binge more, she told us. Amber would see she had 20 points remaining, then eat 60. It was a shame for the few fat.
That makes no sense. Like that's like once again Amber problem. It's not a problem with the program Weight Watchers. There are people who have done Weight Watchers and been successful. I don't think Weight Watchers is inherently a bad program. I think different diet programs work better for other people. There are certain diets that'll work better for you than different ones that you might try. But the problem is that Amber isn't willing to put in serious effort into making a change in her diet. In every single one of these eras we've seen so far, she will start a diet for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and then within the 4th week, she's already slipped on it a little bit. And the problem is when you have a food addiction, if you make, excuse me, if you make one slip, it's a slippery slope and you slide all the way back down the mountain. When you're trying to wean yourself off of an addiction, you need to be serious to keep yourself away from slipping into bad habits. The smartest way to keep yourself away from an addiction is to be off of something for 6 months. If it's unhealthy food, if it's soda, whatever, try to keep away from that thing for 6 months before you even intake it with moderation. Because the biggest problem I see with people that try to fix their addiction issues is that there's always the saying that, oh, well, you can have this and this and that in moderation. But if you cannot control whether you have it in moderation or not, you shouldn't have it in moderation until you feel self-control. Does that make sense?
Fans she had left, they kept telling her they believed in her at the start of every new journey, but they believed in someone who would never reply to their comments. Maybe if they trolled her or become a hater, they would have gotten a response. And since she had not lost any weight, she was in even more pain at work. It was getting too bad for Amber to deal with, and even though she needed this job, it started to seem like Amber wouldn't last very much longer, especially after Amber started to tell us in almost every video that her feet were in too much pain. It's just a shame she couldn't ride one of those Walmart scooters around at work.
Bitch, I'll crash out.
Amber
Mario
was
Kart
tired,
Pro
just
over
like
here.
we were, of her telling us she was going to stick to her weight loss goals, and then literally, almost made it the entire video. And then immediately going back on it. She made videos upset with herself and telling us she will do it next time. And in the very next video, would be eating strawberries covered in chocolate. She kept coming up with new ways to lose weight. Weight Watchers, no drinking soda for 5 days, 30 days of movement. But all she had to do was eat less calories, and she was making it more complicated than it needed to be. Of course, in theory, losing weight is easier than it is in practice for some.
Of course.
But at some point, Amber would have to stop calling this her weight loss journey, because she simply wasn't losing any weight.
Right.
You can't have a journey if you make no progress. Sure, she had some genuinely difficult things to deal with in her life.
But the biggest problem, though, is that Amber doesn't put in the effort into making it a journey. To make something a journey, you've got to actually walk the journey. She's not willing to. She'll walk 5 meters and be like, I'm tired. I'm lazy. It's always not her fault why she doesn't commit to things. And that's why she'll keep making these excuses, because there'll be those people in her life, whether they're buddy trolling her or not, who tell her it's okay to keep slipping back into these patterns. They don't want to see her succeed. They want to keep seeing her be like this so they can profit off of her being pathetic.
So I've been talking to my mom in like ages, right? And she just added me on Facebook, and I don't really know what to think about that. I'm kind of having like mixed emotions, and normally when something like this happens, I start crying, but I think I'm like in shock, especially because I saw her photos, and I don't know if you guys know this, but she's homeless and really sick and doing drugs and drinking, and It's just hard to see her as she is right now.
But those difficult things didn't mean she had to run to McDonald's every time she had some strong emotions or had to deal with a paper cut. She had seen nutritionists before, she had people pay for her Weight Watchers, she had been to Overeaters Anonymous, and she had had the support of Crystal and her family. Amber has had all of the help she would ever need and hasn't lost any weight. If she hadn't lost the weight by now, then perhaps it was never going to happen for her. She had to stop looking for excuses to reach for the fridge, and she had to stop blaming the universe for making her fat and blaming God for giving her this brain. Only she could beat this, but she had to be truthful, not only to her fans, but more importantly, to herself. It was clear that this weight loss journey was going to be difficult for Amber for probably the rest of her life. But at least right now, she had destiny, she had her health, and she had a roof over her head.
We have 3 days to pay the rent, or we're evicted.
How the fuck you get in this position? How the Look, I said it yesterday, I'll say it again. I lived on my own since I was 18. I've been late for rent one time. One time. And the entire time that I've been an adult, I've been late for rent one time in 7 years, and I let my landlord know in advance, and he was mad chill about it. And it wasn't even because of my fault. It was because there was like a weird holiday, and my paycheck wasn't going to be in time, and I had like enough to pay for it, but I didn't want to have like no money in my bank account, so I just told him I was going to be late. How do you end up in this situation? No, the D-Rock said their roommate moved out. Nope, because I've been in that exact situation. I've been in that exact situation where my roommate randomly moved out on me and gave me less than a week to figure it out before the rent was due. And I figured it out. Amber is too lazy that when she gets into these like emergency situations, like when I get into a situation like that and I'm like, oh shit, like I gotta figure out all this stuff. It's really hard. I go into go mode and I'm like, okay, I gotta do this, I gotta do this, and I gotta do that. And I'm like a very high-strung individual in the way that I'm like, if I'm nervous about something, I have to like call and like do whatever the fuck. Like if I've gotta call and talk to somebody, I'm calling and talking to somebody immediately. Like I'm not waiting, I'm getting shit done. And I feel like Amber's biggest problem is she waits until the last minute. And I've been a procrastinator too. I work very good when I'm procrastinating a lot of the time. But the problem is Amber hasn't had to be an adult ever. She's never had to experience real adult issues. Even when she's out here like paying bills, etc. It's always like somebody with her. Amber would extremely benefit from living somewhere completely on her own where nobody's helping her pay bills. But I just don't think that's ever going to happen.
Hello everyone, Mr. Snowflake here, and that was episode 5 of Amberlynn Reid, Shaped by the Algorithm. I hope you all enjoyed this episode, as well as the rest of the series so far, but if I'm honest, I need a little break from Amber.
It's funny, like, watching this 4 years later, but huge shout out to Mr. Snowflake, as always. He makes genuinely the best documentaries on Amber and Girl World content that there is to see. I've checked out some other documentaries. I mean, we checked one out yesterday. They just don't have the quality and the care that Snowflake puts into his videos. So I just want to once again like say thank you to Mr. Snowflake for making this content, putting it together, and honestly putting it together in a way that makes it so that new people who are coming into this universe, like want to get into Girl World, can view this content, can learn about it, and learn in a way that's not trying to condense it all in a 2-hour video and miss important things and skip along in the timeline. Like, I don't know. I just appreciate Snowflake a lot for doing this content, because I can only imagine what it's like to make a 19-part series on somebody, how exhausting that would get over time. But it's good that it's out there, because I don't think anybody could have documented it as well as Snowflake did. Like, he's just truly a really talented content creator, so shout out to him as per usual. But Jessica Jingle said he's a true Amber historian. You know, when there's a time capsule of YouTube or whatever, if there's a little section about Girl World, he better have the Amber historian tag. Yeah, Amber is very tedious. I'm excited too to check out like some of his docs. I know he's got one on foodie. That's one I'm excited to check out. But it'll take us a minute to get through Shaped by the Algorithm. So next Friday, we will definitely check out part 6 and maybe part 7 if we have time for both of them. Okay, so this weekend, to let you guys know what I got going on, I don't think I'll be streaming tomorrow. I'll probably be taking off Saturday as per usual. And then Sunday, I should be doing like a regular commentary stream during the day. And then nighttime, I have the members only gaming stream that I owe you guys from last week that I could not get to because his family was still in town. So it was a little bit hectic. But I should be doing that this Sunday. But I mentioned it yesterday. There's been a bit of an update on the Leah Ash, is it Leah Ash? Yeah, Leah Ash, I believe, and Megan Play's situation that I want to talk about. Like, honestly, just a couple updates on some of these old stories that we haven't talked about over here for, like, maybe a month or two, because I've been mostly focused on Girl World content, because I feel like that's what you guys enjoy. But if you guys were looking for any updates on those old situations, we'll probably hit those this weekend, along with the gaming stuff. All right, now before we get heading off, I gotta go ahead and spin the wheel for the movies that we're watching this weekend. So let me go ahead and make sure I have all of them added in there. I believe it's just one more. Bum, bum, bum. Okay, there's a couple I gotta add really quickly. Sorry for the slight dead air. I'm usually pretty good about that, but there might be a little bit today. Just while I'm getting these movies added in here. And if you guys want to watch any of these movies with us, all you have to do is be a member of the Discord. You do not have to be a member of my channel. It's totally free to join the Discord. And yeah, movies are available for everybody. There's one more. Here we are. Boom. All right, and if your Glizzy general pick wasn't in there for this week's spins, it's because some of the picks came in for like after what was supposed to be last week's movie spin, and I wanted to make sure that we like spun it because last week we didn't watch any movies, so that's why we're doing 4 this week. So we're about to do a double spin here. Get ready, y'all. Double spin. And the first movie, this one we are watching tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is... Things I Hate About You, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tonight. And let's see what tomorrow's movie night is. Yes! I love this movie. Fantastic Mr. Fox. Hell yes. Okay, so if you guys want to join us for movie night, tonight is at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 10 Things I Hate About You. Tomorrow night will be Fantastic Mr. Fox, and if you want to add any movies to the movie wheel, it is only $5 to do so, or if you're a Glizzy General, you get 1 pick per month that you're a Glizzy General. Alrighty, and now, before we get ending off, we got one last fun little thing to do. We got Pet of the Day. So let me go ahead and head over to my Polly Pocket chat and forward one over into our main... I know who to pick for today. Perfect. Well, we have a birthday today, and coincidentally, the birthday that we have today, I also have a flyer ready for Up in Pet of the Day. So if you know, you know. If you don't know, hello. If you don't know, here's Lucy. Shout out to Blood Reina, the owner of Little Miss Lucy here. So, funnily enough, I meant to do Lucy on Lucy's birthday. And on Lucy's birthday, I can't remember if I didn't stream or if I didn't have Lucy's flyer ready, but something happened. And I remember, I was like, fuck, I meant to do Lucy on Lucy's birthday. So it's perfect timing that Raina's got her birthday today, so we can get Raina's baby Lucy in for her birthday. So shout out to this beautiful little angel. This is one cute little dog, okay? I'm not the biggest fan of like little dogs, but this baby, look at her. She's just got that face like if she would be a human, she would be a model, you know? Adorable, precious baby. Shout out to Blood Reina. Once again, happy birthday, and shout out to Lucy, your most adorable little baby. Thank you for sharing her with us. And if you guys want your pet to be entered in Pet of the Day, all you have to do is join the Discord, drop a picture of your pet in the pet section, and make sure, please, that you put the name of your pet, because I can't make one of those little flyers for them if I don't know their name. I'll just have to put random baby. But thank you guys. Rita said, oh, I was behind. Thank you. Of course. No thank yous needed. Your baby is precious, and thank you for sharing her with us. So thank you guys so much for tuning into today's stream. I'm going to go ahead and get you guys redirected over to Exile. Remember, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tonight is 10 Things I Hate About You. Tomorrow will be Fantastic Mr. Fox. I might do a Little Smokies event this weekend. If I do, I'll announce it in the Discord. So if you're a Little Smoky, just keep an eye out for a potential event announcement reminder. All right. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I'll see you guys back again on Sunday.